Okay, well, the dog is plotting. The dog is plotting your demise right now.
100%, actually. I'm that dog's favorite, though.
Oh my god, you should have the look that she just gave you, dog. She bowed up too. You should have seen her. She swelled up behind you. Who do you what now?
I'll check the VOD later.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm her favorite.
No, dude,
for 13 years.
She got a hand. You better watch out, dog. She got a hand to the back of your head right now. She about to break your little fucking twig neck. She gonna do it right now.
I can see her.
I know.
She's more mad because I'm right.
Mad because you're not feeding her. You're not paid the price.
Okay, we are good to go. It looks like, assuming Cass is working because he hasn't said anything.
You're high and asleep.
You know, I'm not here to tell the guy what to do with his life.
All I see of Adam is his headset.
Yeah, I'm fixing my lighting.
Yeah.
My camera is on. That is the important part.
Yeah, it's just all we can see is the RGB going down on your headset. Spot those Logitech headphones anywhere.
Yeah, I know. I need to change them, man. But I need to get a boom mic so I can do that.
Well, it's funny because somebody's sitting on a spare one.
Apparently, you'd have to buy a mount for it.
I need to do that. Well, I'm in the process of here soon too. Like the biggest.
I mean, all you'd have to buy is the stand.
The stand.
Yeah, like the arm to like hold it over your fucking monitor or whatever. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Or however you want to mount it. That's up to you. I have an arm that sits behind my monitors.
Right. Yeah. Same here. All right.
I'm gonna eventually get. I don't have the space for it right now until I get a new desk.
You'd be surprised, actually. This doesn't really take up a whole lot of space.
Yeah, mine.
My desk is very narrow.
Oh, like shallow, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shallow in the end. So my new desk is going to be a lot longer. It's going to allow me to mount my other monitors as well.
Yeah, I got you.
Mine probably takes up an inch of my desk.
Yeah, the actual bracket is only like this wide.
Come down.
That big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it's just a clamp bracket.
Monitors.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. It's just a clamp bracket, so you don't. And like they're pretty universal. Just don't buy the cheap shitty $20 one that looks like two arms and a spring. That one, I bought one and it literally broke in my hands. Pulling it out of the box, it just fucking exploded.
The mic is a Yeti Blue. I would suggest getting the Yeti Blue stand that goes with the mic.
With it? Got it. I will absolutely
then
take that
all
off
the mounting's going to be correct.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not have a stand that goes with it because he sent me the HyperX mic.
Yeah, I sent him the one the RGB one.
And it fit my stand, so I didn't have to buy a new stand.
Yeah, all of the threads are the same size. They're all G1 is what that thread size is.
No, that's perfect. I can get a stand for it real quick. Because that way I want to change out of the big headphones for the smaller headphones.
Yeah. I just got tired of the shit pinching the top of my head. And then the other thing is they fucking move around and they cause a damn bald spot.
Mm-hmm. Fucking the amount of time I've fallen asleep with these headphones in, so uncomfortable.
Go back to these, it's just I haven't ordered that cable.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, the cable. I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Hello all, and welcome to our tabletop adventure, our D&D game. We fancy ourselves the crew LikelyAMimic. That's our handle on most, if not all, socials. Please go check out past sessions on YouTube. It was just brought to my attention by Lee that apparently part 1 of the Fall of Athkatla mini campaign didn't have any audio, which sucks because it was really cool and we did a lot of shit in Tailspire for it.
It was really good.
It was a very, very good session, and I had no idea because we didn't fucking have anybody here to say, hey, something's wrong with the chat. So now I'm just double checking everything to make sure the shit's working. That's why I had you guys talk to make sure audio was recording. But unfortunately, I didn't do the fucking sound check that night, so I just didn't know. Everything on the past sessions that I still have is on YouTube. I don't have enough of like a hard drive to continue to keep them downloaded, so like I just instantly upload them to YouTube and then delete the original file because each original file is like between 7 and 14 gigabytes. Sometimes it goes up a lot. And you know, when you got a 4 terabyte hard drive and you have fucking 60 of those, it adds up real goddamn fast. And bogs down your computer. Just big video files, not great for your computer. So Anyways, if you're there, you can subscribe to it. That'd be cool. We appreciate it. If not, not a big deal. You're here. That's the important thing. So we've, where are we at? I need to go through this and delete it. Very quickly, we'll do our character intros real quick. Our current character intros. So we'll just go with Ben. We'll just go to the list I got here. So Ben, you want to talk about Ty?
Yeah, I'm playing Ty. He is a Hex Blood rogue. Looks kind of like a tiefling. I believe is how we described him.
Yeah, they're humans or human adjacent. Anyway, you can be a half elf, you can be whatever, but you get a curse put on your bloodline at some point. That's why they're called hex bloods. You get a curse that's put on your bloodline that causes you, or your fucking father could have looked exactly the same. It could be multi-generational. It might be like the seventh son of the seventh son will be permanently disfigured. It just depends on however the the curse was laid onto you, and we didn't go that deep into it because this character's only going to be around for about 6 sessions anyway. There was no need to go that deep into his backstory for such a short existence.
Yeah, but yeah, he's just happy to be here. He's not super thrilled at the moment.
Adam, you want to talk about Bernard?
So I play Bernard. Give me 2 seconds to fix this. But anyways, I am playing Bernard. He is a blood hunter bear, basically. He's a bear bear? Yeah, that's what I was looking for. They're hard sometimes, guys. Bernard Klin, aka Blood Maw, is a werebear who has been in the employ as a gladiator for Athkatla for a while, and he is just one match shy of winning his actual particular bout of freedom and existing into the world when everything went to absolute shit, and he feels some type of way about that, and now he is currently just trying to survive and get the hell out of the city if at all possible, which doesn't seem to be doing very well, but he's trying.
Okay.
That's about it.
Lee, you want to talk a little bit about your old halfling?
Yeah. So I don't really know what state of mind he's in right now, because I didn't make it from halftime.
That's okay. That's okay. So just physical description. Some of the shit that he's experienced, whatever your normal stuff.
He's small, old halfling dude. I did decide to go with the shield is fucking now. So he's got a shield. His shield has got the skeleton of like one of his brothers strapped to it.
I can hear your bird chirping when you talk. When your mic picks you up, I can hear the bird chirping behind you. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I was just letting you know that we could hear it.
I'm gonna trip you out. You don't hear the birds. The birds are sleeping right beside me.
What is it? Am I hearing then?
That's the guinea pigs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. A little squealy guinea pigs. I got you.
They're fucking tripping.
I don't know. This man has at least one of every.
Oh, she's fixing their hay right now, so they're tripping out.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I got you. No big deal.
Yeah, they're cute.
Lastly, I'm JJ. I am the DM. I make the world go round. You probably heard me say this before, but for the new folks, this is my living story. Though I'm not a god, it's not my style. I play one when they need me to, but I like to think of myself as a bard of old. I actively speak this world into existence, and you, the viewers, are my listeners. These guys are the stars of the show. My characters are... I'm sorry, though unlike a book, my characters are alive, right? They do good, they do evil, they love, they lie, they lose, they fight, they kill, they survive, they adventure, they grow, and they learn. But most importantly, they feel and they make their own decisions, and that's as living gets. My whole job is to challenge them, teach them, reward them, and sometimes break them, all to see them develop and inevitably to see where the story finds its conclusion. Because in all honesty, I have zero idea where they're going to take me. I don't plan that far ahead. That covers most of it. Adam, if you want to do a pretty like thorough recap, I know you'll have notes and shit. So if you want to go back to the session that got muted or whatever the fuck, if you want to,
I can kind of reduce everything real quick.
right? Yeah, I was just saying if you want to go from that beginning of the mini campaign to the end of last session, I will say one thing we're going to retcon is that because Lee is here and Cass is not, the barbarian will have got on the tiny boat. That right, the cleric will have come with you.
Okay,
I have
can
no
do
idea
that.
what's going on, but I love the words "tiny boat."
Tiny boat. Yep.
Yep.
We'll tell you in a second. So just to sum up where we are to the point of where Lee already knows is we started out in Athkatla previously in our campaign before. If those of you have listened to have watched that, our group started out sort of at the beginning of this whole adventure in Athkatla, and due to unfortunate events of a particular horse person and his only hooves addiction, he pulled some cards, and unfortunately Athkatla turned into a grave zone. But we started out back at the beginning of that particular conflict. The rogue in our group, Ty, was witnessing the original conflict that led to this particular choice in its infancy. And then from there, as he's going back and continuing about his day, going back to his normal haunt, the inn that everybody stayed in, everything kind of took off. A Goliath barbarian and a gnome cleric? Gnome? Or is
Halfling.
Halfling.
Yeah, he's a halfling.
Small folk halfling cleric wade their way into the city, meeting a few various other people in that particular instance, another character from the previous campaign, and they ended up into the same tavern where Bloodmaw, my character, was spending his final nights of enslaved gladiatorial time in lavish luxury because he had earned it in his end fight before his final fight. We all came together on the night that everything turned to the undead, and Athkatla itself. Abomination, a corpse abomination appeared out of the floor, taking with it, unfortunately, Sherry the barmaid, whose life was unknown at the time, or fate of life was unknown at the time. We ended up fighting it off, where Sherry's brother sacrificed his father's jewel that was embedded into the end of his dagger to bring her back to life. From there, we started out on the next episode, essentially, where we decided what we were going to do. And upon leaving, we decided we were going to take off and leave and get to somewhere out of the city. But it was decided at first we would go ahead to the council building, where Ty's employer works, where we would try and get Bernard's armor and various other weapons to see us safety and out of the city, hopefully. Upon arriving at the council building, we noticed that Duggar, the employer of Ty, is unfortunately dead. Amongst other things, as we get there, he's unfortunately face down. Who would have thought? Total upset. No one knew that. I'm kidding. That happened before. But we ended up going through and getting there and trying to steal some things, which ended in an unfortunate clash with the city guard, in a sense of trying to uphold, as we not very convincingly tried to tell them we didn't do it. We ended up in prison, where we spent a few weeks of time. Now, where did you leave off, Lee, specifically? I know you left off at halftime, but what's the last thing you remember?
Like didn't see anybody for weeks.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So to catch you up, we got taken into prison. We all got locked into separate areas, separate cells, where 7 weeks passed by, I think. 7 weeks passed by.
Yep.
And during that time, eventually, we started getting fed less and less frequently, to the point of where the last couple of weeks we hadn't seen, heard, and or been fed the entire time. Before complete and total exhaustion took us and we were unable to do anything, I and Bernard started talking to each other and figured out where other people kind of were and what we needed to do. Luckily, Ty, being the person he is maybe escaped once or twice from that particular cell for whatever reason they keep putting him into. And so he managed to get himself out after some shenanigans and some loud thumping that we realized later was the barbarian head ramming first into the gate of his prison to try and get himself out and knocking himself out completely. After some time, we realized that we're the only people in the prison, and we also managed to get the barbarian out, the halfling, Sherry, and her brother. Uh, After taking a little too long, probably looking around and finding things, we gather our gear, realize that the outside is completely covered in fog. We cannot see what's in front of us, and that there are still at least one undead within the prison, which we slayed in the food after in the mess without after there. But we left. We made our way promptly back into Athkatla proper, and realized that we're kind of fucked. There's a bunch of undead everywhere. We managed to escape the large front there. We run through the crowd and kind of managed to get rid of them as they're slow moving and slow walking. But upon looking upon the shore to get over onto the other side of Athkatla, pass over the bridge we had to pass over to get to the council building to head back into that point, we could only find one small little dinghy. It wouldn't fit everybody in that boat. So the group had to make a decision. The only other way across is the bridge. And looking at the bridge, there was hundreds upon thousands of undead covering the bridge. So the group decides that they're going to send the two most helpless people with one of the more competent people. In this case, Sherry, her brother, and the barbarian. Get into the dinghy, and their goal is to use the current of the river that's taking them out to sea, to sail down past the bridge and onto the small outcropping island and or docking area underneath the bridge on the other side, effectively getting across without having to go through the horde. The three others that are left went back and found the slow-moving horde we had lost. We slaughtered them, stole some doors off of some hinges, covered ourselves in the doors full of guts, viscera, and everything else we could get from the particular undead, and decided to wade our way through the undead to try and cross the bridge. Halfway through the bridge, or halfway getting through, everything seems to be going according to plan. The dead are kind of leaving us alone. We know that they're hunting by scent. They're not necessarily attacking us as we move, and we're able to use the doors to push a lot of them off. We do notice some weird lights and some visual effects coming from the mage's tower on the other side. But we keep pushing forward. We have to abandon the doors, fortunately, due to the sheer size and the amount of people. It's just unfeasible to continue to bring us through the horde. So we slowly push the doors back, giving us a little bit more space, and start wading through the crowd by ourselves without protection. Upon getting nearest to the other side, however, a lightning storm strikes, very unnaturally so, and slowly moves itself up and strikes the tower. And there's sound and lights and a big explosion till unfortunately the light goes out and we are in complete darkness now. The mage's tower, what we could only assume taken over by whatever force was released to create this undead horde. And we left off there, stuck in the middle of
What
the
about
bridge.
the rat army that I would have trained in prison?
They got eaten by the prison dog.
Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have fallen asleep.
They
I
got eaten
would
by
have
the
killed
prison
that dog.
Yeah.
Prison cat.
Prison
And,
cat.
Yeah,
One of
yeah,
them.
it was a prison cat.
You were a little unconscious there towards the end.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Pretty good catch up, I guess. Other big notes: the southern docks is on fire. It is behind you. It is shedding some forward light, but it's very dim at this point. You're probably 200 feet across this bridge. So you're about the halfway point, and then you're entering the side of the bridge that doesn't have torchlit. Whether they were knocked off, or the wind blew it out, or rain, or whatever it is, you've been in these prison cells for 7 weeks. There's no telling what's happened over this amount of time. So I guess my question is it's pitch black. There's the dimmest amount of light possible. If somebody in a different room is holding a candle, it's not even that bright. And you've got you're shoulder to shoulder with moaning, chomping, a horde of undead, and they don't necessarily see you yet, but you also, I would say, aren't 100% sure what is provoking them. You've noticed that they seem to be scent driven, but that's not to say that you might be able to catch their attention in a different way. You are currently surrounded, and you did ditch the doors because it got so incredibly sardine packed that you ditched the door. So originally it was the barbarian, the rogue, and the gladiator, the fighter, went across the bridge all together, right? And then your character, because you ended up falling asleep, it was just kind of an easy way to scoot your character along. Jumped on the boat, but since you're here, we're going to retcon it in that you went with the fighter and the rogue and your barbarian, giant son, Goliath son, whatever you want to call him, went to protect Sherry and Asher, the young boy, and his sister, the barmaid. So I don't really know what else I can give you. You're surrounded by moaning, drooling, dripping, a terrible smell emanating from each of these creatures because they're just rotting as they walk along, and they do all seem to be moving. So I mean, if you wanted to stop, that would probably be a way to catch their attention, as it would interrupt the flow of movement. You're not being drawn with them.
They're all still moving towards the other end of the bridge, though, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're shambling shoulder to shoulder, bumping into each other. There's no room to evade them or escape them unless you tried to maybe get to the edge of the bridge and jump off the bridge, but you can't see in the water.
Yeah, we have a destination, so I think we're gonna continue to go. We all know where we need to go.
That's fine.
To meet there, so I think we're all gonna keep moving forward.
Okay.
In this instance,
whoever is leading that chart, you know what? Actually, all three of you go ahead and roll me a survival check. We'll do a group survival check. Fuck it.
on survival.
22.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 2 successes. That's plenty. With that, you continue. By the way, just before I continue, I did put this picture of the Athkatla map in the players only chat, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the one where you
So if you want to see the map, Lee, it is in the players only chat. I don't know if it's pinned or not. If Adam can find it and pin it,
find it.
Yeah.
I'm already doing it.
Thank you.
that way he can see it. He can understand where you guys are at. So you're on the bridge that connects the upper side of the city to the lower side of the city.
If you do
Yeah,
open
we're
it, I
heading towards
suggest
the upper side.
opening it in a browser. Click the link, open it in the browser, so you can actually zoom in and see it.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Got
look
that.
at stuff in pictures in Discord. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, you can zoom in a lot better if you do it in a browser. It's just you get the full effect without it getting washed out. Too. Fucking so much better.
Yeah, thank you.
So that bridge that connects the lower city to the upper city is where you're standing. You're about halfway across. Forward in front of you is unlit. You are all, I wouldn't say all from the city, but those two have lived here for quite a while. You've been here a few times on your travels around as the kind of a traveling healer. So you probably cross this bridge a time or two to get into the lower part of the city because it's usually the poorer side of the city. There's like a huge market down there that brings in a lot of money for people, but for the most part,
The name like the slime district. No wonder it's the poor area.
yeah, the slime district.
Literally marshes.
Slime Bay.
Mhm.
Yeah. See? That's what I'm saying. Poor peasants.
Sorry. So that direction, like the southern docks towards the slime district, is just on fire. The buildings are burning. Some of the buildings are still standing and like catching fire. Some of them are already burnt to the ground. You know what I mean? Like it looks like whatever has rolled through here that's created whatever this undead horde is has done a massive amount of damage to the city. So in standing on that bridge, it is pitch black. With your 2 successes, how do you get across the bridge? What is your plan other than being covered in viscera? What happens?
Say we're still kind of trying to move through.
Yeah, I think we use the momentum to like our advantage.
Okay.
You keep your head down, moan a little bit or whatever, and just sort of like fall because we're following the momentum of the horde. We're not going against it in this case. So like like that's what's guiding us. We don't really need to see. We just need to know that everything is shuffling, and if we don't want the thing behind us to stop and eat our throats, we got to keep moving.
And I'm just gonna say I feel like I'm probably just following along with them and rolling whichever way seems easiest for the big guys.
That's fine.
I'm a halfling covered in blood and guts with a skeleton. Like I'm pretty sure I blend in.
Yeah. So you have definitely like given yourself the scent coverage that you've seen, because like one of the ways I described them was that when one of you got within about 20 feet of it, it sniffed the air like very violently, took in a huge breath, seemed to be taking in a huge breath. And the reason I did that is because the olfactory nerves that are behind your nose are the quickest senses in your body. You smell things before you feel them. You smell them before you see them. Because there's no filter between your olfactory nerve and your brain. It's just as soon as that nerve center goes off, it tells you what you're smelling. So it's also one of our most animalistic senses, and that's why it's the easiest to exploit for this kind of situation. So you have hidden your scent. You've covered yourself in viscera and guts and blood, and just you smell terrible. Probably not the worst any of the 3 of you have ever smelled. But bad.
Yeah, no, I share a cart with Ruse.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a gladiator.
So, the herd shambles on. You move with them. You can feel the angle of the bridge beginning to steepen, so you know you're coming towards the end of the bridge. The question then is are you going to continue with this crowd, or are you going to find a way off the bridge? What are you doing once you've reached like the last 10 to 20% of the bridge?
So, one of the things this is kind of good and also kind of bad is that we're in the group is we all know we need to make it to the little bottom area of the bridge district there.
Yeah, so the bridge, there is like an outcropping of land underneath the bridge that meets a wall. The wall probably about 20 feet high.
That's what we're trying. That was where we're trying to aim to try and help or get the other people here to see if they've made that particular area or if we need to go further down to the little island area that's like bridged off there in the bridge.
Yeah, right next to the. I get you.
Oh no, because now he's with us. Fuck. Because he had the ball lit up.
Yeah, the ball.
So so the barbarian went with a torch, and you, the cleric, have the hellfire mace, which you can ignite.
Right. But we probably don't want to do that. I feel like that would.
No,
Well, if we're
not
thinking,
you.
no,
We're
but
talking, that's
them
why
down
we
there,
sent
we're
you. One of the
looking for
reasons
their
we sent you.
light.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what we're gonna do is trying to when we get to the end of the bridge, like when it's clear that they start to disperse, because there's gonna be more room on the other side. We're gonna try and head off because there's that down passage right there to the left, and like I figured we'd all agreed this is where we need to go. So like I think we'd try and split off down into that little corner of the bridge district and get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like this is a sentence of we've made a plan. It's probably best to stick with it instead of fucking around.
Fair enough. Okay. You make it that last 10-20% of the bridge, and you've set your plan forward with your 2 successes. You do manage to break free of the main group, but you can see that every alleyway has these things walking in the direction of what you now believe to be the Gold Spire. You can't still see it. In the distance, you can probably still see it smoldering, and you can see that blasting straight up of the kind of grayish, lifeless light. So you can still see the Gold Spire. So you have like a direction to know that from where you were, like the council building is sort of on the way to the Gold Spire. And the information that I had given you previously, which I can pull up if you need it again. The whole like they believe it's a lich. Give me a second. Let me pull up my notes. In the prison, was it in here? Is it in the other one? No, it's in the other one. Okay. So the few things that the Goliath had heard were. Hang on, I gotta back up a page. I guess it's a council. Okay, that's what it is. I gotta scroll for it. Give me a second. I wrote a lot of notes. Okay. He told you that the guards had talked about the dead overwhelming the city. That one of their supervisors had said something about a lich. They had rose and killed the rest of their unit and a commander. Like the regional commander of I can't remember how to say that damn name. It's the city guard. How I remember said the council has the five people in the council each have their own standing army.
Yeah, they have
And
their own little
okay,
army.
right. So
about the Amish.
no, the is the country.
The individual, in the individual guard. So think of each council member is like a different noble house, and each one has their own little standing army.
Yeah, I just can't remember the name of this particular house. Anyway, the council that they believed that the council would either pay, promote, or honor anyone who fought. That the lich had believed to have gone towards the Gold Spires. And that the city guard had fallen back to the city walls once the dead had broke in the city gates. Like the guards were literally camped out on top of the city walls. That way they had some protection. Their height was their protection. And that's the information that he had given you previously. That the Goliath had overheard. So take it with a grain of salt. The Goliath is not the most intelligent of creatures. That is the information that he relayed to you. Whether or not it's 100% accurate, you'll find out. So you do manage to break away, but as you break away, a crowd begins to follow you. They begin to fill the alleyway that you've taken to go where you believe it takes you, right? You hope that it takes you in the downslope. So you've kind of like created not a massive split, but like a 20-ish% of the creatures that are walking across here are now shifting to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, think of it like the flow of water. It's always going to take the path of least resistance, right? If they're being impeded in their forward movement, they could shift to the left and then continue moving.
Gotcha. Okay.
And some bloody messy fuckers just led them that direction, right? So
And they're all heading like clearly for the Magister building, right?
The council. So
Fire.
what I will say is it's difficult to say where they're heading as they very quickly leave your range of vision. But the ones that you can see do seem to be shifting leftward.
Okay.
And leftward from that bridge, almost 90 degrees left from that bridge, is the Gold Spire. The Gold Spire also just exploded.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I say exploded, I mean got hit by lightning and then like part of the roof caved in, fell down, made a huge loud noise. And then
Well, my question is, I guess, do we feel that they're being led there because it's a spectacle, or do we feel that they're being led there for maybe another reason?
Make me an intelligence check.
Okay. This is going to be bad for me. Why'd you guys let me do this? That would be a big fat goose egg.
Damn.
I'm rather dumb this time around, okay?
See,
Stop letting me have ideas.
What you're questioning at the moment either?
Trying to fuck. How do I fuck with you on a 0?
Yeah.
He now knows less.
I knew less than I knew before.
Why are you covered in blood? No, I'm kidding.
Why am I here? What was my name again, guys? Fuck. I really.
Let me think about this. Hold on. Like, give me a second. I gotta find a way to fuck with you. Hang on.
I gotta find a way to fuck with you. Thing.
As we're running, he falls down, slips on the guts, and knocks his head against the bricks.
That's a little bit much for intelligence. Like, I'm dumb, but come on. That's a little rough.
Damn. For a 0 though, it's like it's just that it's a natural 1. It's that it's a 1 minus 1.
So
That's the best part of this. I gotta find a way to make this hurt. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm trying to find a way that it's not over the top, because everything I'm thinking of is over the top. By the way, Hunter cheers the party, and then redeemed player disadvantage. Hunter, who do you want to have disadvantage?
Fuck you, Hunter. It's a skill issue.
Adam. Okay.
Of course it is. I knew it before I even put it in there. Fuck you, Hunter. You're good.
So I'm gonna say with an intelligence. How do I fuck? What are you currently holding on your person?
On my person?
Correct. Yeah, on your person.
Shit. What was that noise? No. The only thing I am holding is my Palmex.
All right, I'm not gonna take your only weapon. That's fucked up.
The only thing I got.
Won't take somebody's fucking weapon.
I'm gonna say that on the way down these stairs that you see on this map, you manage to catch a slippery spot for whatever reason. You fall and you hit your back.
Ouch.
And like on the stairs, you wedge your back on the stairs, and in doing so, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God.
That I can do. Constitution, don't let me down now. 17.
Okay. That's your roll of disadvantage because Hunter fucking gave you disadvantage.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me roll again. Fuck you, Hunter. Yeah, okay. That paid off for you, Hunter. 11.
All right, with your 11, you let out a yell, just a small like a little. You know, when you fucking hit your toe in the dark, you know what I mean? Like, shit hurts. I don't know why it hurts more in the dark. So you let out a bit of a yelp of pain when you fall, and I'm going to give you kind of like a point of exhaustion. It'll go away in a little bit, but
Okay.
as it sits, you've fucking cricked your back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the fucking first point of exhaustion is now, I don't even remember. Let me check.
Disadvantage on things.
I think it's ability checks specifically though is what I'm trying to I'm going for.
There's exhaustion 1. That is. Tell me. Tell me. I wish it would just tell me. Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
you got to click on it. I got you.
-2 to D20 tests and -5 feet to speed. Legacy, it's just disadvantage on ability checks. So in the 2024 edition, you get a -2 to any D20 roll.
Okay.
And then -5 in speed. In the Legacy edition, you just get a disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, we'll just do the new ones. Fine. So -2 and then -5 to your speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am now slow and I've got a -2. So
You got a little bit of a limp. Your back hurts, really fucking bad. You fell on some stone stairs. You know what I mean? It's not great. It hurts.
Yeah.
And the rest of you were there when he did it. So the the issue is now that you have made a loud enough noise that the dead that surround you, not necessarily surround you, because you were guiding a group away, right? Because you guys took your turn, some of them just followed you because you were kind of leading the way there. So as they continued forward and went to go right up that alley to kind of get back into the horde, when you made that loud noise, several of them shift and begin to head in your direction.
How many are heading towards us?
Adam, roll me a d6.
Of course it would be. It's a 6.
There you go.
What's the name?
6.
And how far away?
Probably within 10 feet. Because they would have been like stumbling behind you. I mean, they're following you, and only 6 of them split off from the group.
And
Making
back up.
Yeah, he'll be prone. Making any sort of loud noise continuously, like say your knife misses and skitters off the stone somewhere or bounces off a building, probably going to attract more. His axe bounces off the ground when he cuts through something, probably going to attract more.
What about my astral blades?
Are you talking about the fucking ones that are on your wrist?
Soul blades.
Yeah.
You talking about the ones that are on the gauntlets, right? That come back to you? Yeah. If you miss, they still have to make contact with something before they come back.
Okay.
You hit something
Yeah.
and they reappear back in your hand.
Right. Yeah. It's not just that they miss your target and poof right here behind his fucking head and reappear on you. That would be dumb.
We just try and push forward and lose them again, like, because they're just walking, they're just shambling like the other ones, right? They're not.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of expediency, but you do now seem to be their target. Would be a fair assumption for any of you to make.
Gotcha. I think we just try and pick up the pace a little bit, honestly.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that you could pick up the pace, but you can try, you know what I mean, to get away. If you want to make me another group survival check, but Adam, your roll will be at disadvantage because of your, well, I mean, no, you have your -2. I'm sorry, your -2, and then your -5 to movement speed.
Yeah. -5.
Oh, that's 13.
Yeah, mine would be 12.
Ben,
Sorry, I was talking to Haley. What's
you're
up?
good. It's a survival check for me, please.
A 9.
That is 3 failures.
Anyway.
That is 3 failures. Fuck, how do you tell 3 failures into this?
We took a wrong turn.
Yeah. So in trying to evade these creatures. You all try and kind of dart away, but Adam's movement impairment due to his now fucking tweaked back, or I should say Bernard's tweaked back, doesn't allow him to keep up with the rest of you as you two, your movement speed is now the halfling's movement speed. So you two lag behind, and Ty managed to create a bit of distance on you, whether that's by fucking bonus action dashing or whatever. He's creating distance, and in doing,
I'm probably not dashing, but
this is your 3 failures. Yeah, this is your 3 failures coming into play.
okay.
You have created enough distance that Ty has separated himself from the two of you, and you can't yell at him. If you do, you're just going to attract more people. You've realized that sound is also an attractant for them. So Bernard with a tweaked back and Yule are fairly being followed by that crowd. They're probably 30 feet or so behind you. And when you guys turn and look forward again, Ty is not there. What do the two of you do? This also plays well because his roll was the worst.
Yeah. Probably.
We know where we're going, though.
Yeah, we know.
And I mean, if we go wandering around, we're gonna get into trouble.
Yeah, so I was thinking maybe we just try and meet him there. Unless we hear anything specific. I mean, I guess we can try. Can we hear him? Maybe get a location where it is.
You can make me a perception check, but it's gonna be a disadvantaged one.
Right now, so yeah.
I'm most likely not trying to make a whole lot of noise while walking, so have fun with that.
No, definitely not.
Right, and it's not just that you're trying to not make noise, it's that you have now lost the people that were walking behind you in an effort to lead the way, or because you're the healthiest and fastest of them, you're in front, right? And then he's stronger than you, so he's going to be behind you.
Yeah, no, it was an 8, so.
Okay.
I did not hear nothing.
That fucking sucks. Let me look at something real quick. Hold on. Let me double check a number right quick, because that could be an issue. Creator dashboard, viewer rewards, channel points. Pretty sure it's not what that does, and I want to double check.
What are you trying to figure out?
So Hunter, that's not what that does. Just a heads up. You can say something distracting, right, to discourage the roll, or you're causing them to suffer a negative d6. So they're gonna roll a d6, and that's gonna be the negative on their next roll.
Yeah, bitch.
So he doesn't just drop his weapon. That's why I wanted to double check and make sure. I was like, I don't feel like that's what I wrote that in to do. It's been a while since anyone's used that, so I've forgotten I had to read it myself. But for the sake of continuing, the Adam, your next roll now has a fucking another negative d6 to it.
Fuck you, Tunner.
Bro, what did you do to piss him off?
He's mad because it's a skill issue and he can't play video games.
Anyways, you guys have entered the bridge district, but somewhere along the way, you have lost track of Ty.
All right. Well, we continue on.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so make me... Two of you are going to make me a survival check together. And Ty, you're going to make me your own survival check now.
Okay.
Yours is a separate. It's not a whole group now. You're in your own fucking group. They left your ass behind.
10.
Okay.
Minus
Oh.
1. Okay, I got a 9.
Okay. I was thought they were going to say -7.
Minus 1. Yeah, I got a 9. I rolled a d6 because I had to roll a minus d6. Thanks, Hunter.
So you have 9. What did Lee get?
23.
23. Okay, great. So yours, we'll say because it's over 20 makes up for his 9. You can counteract his 9 together with 30. You're fairly up on a 40 count. It's roughly 15 each. So the two of you manage to stay together. You notice that he's definitely injured in some way. You watched him fall. He seems to be holding a hand on his lower back, and he's using his palm axe as like kind of a cane, but attempting to keep it quiet, even though it's a big fucking metal ball on the end of it. He's not like hard tapping it on the ground and using it as a crutch, for example. But he's definitely bracing some of his weight onto his palm axe.
How far from the gold bar are we at this point?
Pretty far. So you're currently in the bridge district, which is the small, like right underneath the bridge. If you're, it should be right next to the bridge, the label bridge district anyway. Kind of a marshy, muddy dock area. You're in that cluster of buildings, like where the bridge district, where that line comes up and like points in and labels it as the bridge district. You're to the left of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your like current physical location is in those buildings to the left of that. Ty is further left than that and has gone farther and gone out of like earshot of you. What was the perception check that you gave me, Vincent? Or not Vincent. Bernard for Adam.
For finding him?
Yeah, you wanted to like either sniff him out or something.
Yeah, it was an 8.
Okay, yeah, with an 8, his trail is not very discernible, and that could be because you're covered in viscera, he's covered in viscera, you're surrounded by fucking, mostly dead people. So you can't like cut down specifically onto his scent. He's pretty well covered. But you managed to keep moving forward. You managed to keep moving in the direction of the gold spire, blasting that grayish, lifeless light clean into the fucking cloud layer.
Gotcha.
What was the check for the survival check for Ty, Ben?
10.
Okay. With a 10, you end up looking directly at the water. You have managed to wander your way to the water side. You do have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you see the waves of the water are moving pretty well. But you do not in this area see, like within I think you have 60 feet, so within 60 feet in either direction, down what you can see of this coastline, you do not see that dinghy. You don't see trace of the barbarian, you don't see trace of Sherry or Asher.
And I'm facing the bridge at this point, right?
Yeah.
It would be facing the direction.
You're pretty close to looking at the. You're not like looking at it flat on, but you're looking at it. It's within your sight line. Yes. Then you can tell it's the bridge because there is the arch of lights going up halfway of it, and then it just goes dark.
Mm-hmm. Am I on the left side or the right side? As facing it, because I'm just trying to orient myself.
It would be on your left.
Okay.
You're looking at the water. It is on your left.
Okay. I'm gonna walk like directly under the bridge. To see if I can see anything on the other side.
You're gonna go to the right side of the bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna just bank the shoreline right here, just hug it, but
That's fine. I get what you're saying. You're trying to like kind of go between the buildings and the water, that little narrow slit of land.
yeah, and I'm just trying to check and see if maybe the dinghy washed up on that side.
Okay, fair enough. Now I will tell you, you know that the water is moving pretty quickly out to sea, not inward. Just so you're aware. So when you go over and you begin your little search over here, you can make me a investigation check.
Fucking 7.
With a 7, you see several places where it looks like boats have come ashore, like they've been beached, like slammed into the shoreline, the muddy shoreline. But there is not a boat here of any kind, of any shape.
Okay. Alright, then I'll just continue back the other direction.
Okay. Make me a survival check to go back.
24.
Okay, much better. With a 24, you manage to move what you feel is pretty undetected, pretty slyly, and you get over there. You get back to the other side of the bridge, well within your ability, and pretty quickly too. You're moving very quickly. Sorry, I had a burp. So quickly, in fact, that you end up behind about 6 of the dead.
Okay.
They're shambling, arms out, look to be reaching, and moving. How far away do you keep them? Do you keep them like right at the edge of your vision, like the 60 feet?
I'd probably keep them 40 feet or so. Enough
Okay.
I can see the whole group and
So-
still act if I need to.
You could see about 20-ish feet past them, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of that 20 feet, you see the halfling trying to stabilize, like hold the shoulder of Bernard, the man like crutching on his palm axe.
Is there any, like, side alleys between us?
Between you, no. This is a pretty straight shot. They're just walking in front of this crowd that is behind them. Not a whole lot more to it than that.
Slowly catching up to them, or are they maintaining distance?
They're maintaining their distance for the most part. They're walking at the speed that they can walk, and then the other guys, you have Bernard and fucking Yule. I can't remember his name for a second.
Yule.
Seem to be moving forward at their own speed as well.
Okay. Then I'm going to kind of just hang out back here. Maintain the same distance the whole time
Okay,
for now. While I wait to see if I can find, like, a side alley.
sounds good. You can make me a perception check on that side alley.
11.
God, what's going on today?
I
There's
don't know.
there's several small little like offshoots of this main road, but each one you peek down, you can see within your 60 feet of vision that is a dead end. And you do it 3 times.
That's fine. I don't have a side road.
Do you want to go down the dead end?
No, I'm not going down the dead end. So when I see the side road come up between...
You're looking for one that's not a dead end. I just want to be clear on what you're looking for.
No, I'm just looking for somewhere that if I threw something down an alley, they would go into.
Sure, yeah, there's 3 there. So the problem is they're at the edge of your vision. You would have to pass them to go see if there's a one in front of them.
Well, I'm talking the zombies in front of me.
Correct. Yeah, you would have to get up to them, at the very least to them, to see something in front of them, like a something that clear in front of them, to know that, hey, there's an offshoot here. But in passing, while you were walking, you have passed by 3 dead ends.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure you like I was clear on what you were looking for, and then you were clear on what I was saying. Okay.
So I'm gonna get within like 10 feet.
Okay.
I'd say. That should be enough that I
Make-
could probably
Make me a
see
stealth check.
all day.
6.
Say that.
17.
Okay.
And
Say
a plus
that.
9, dude.
You still roll a natural 1.
No.
So you feel very confident that you are you could walk with this crowd and they wouldn't know you're there. You could just jump right into them and they would be like, "Oh, what's up, man?" Yeah, you're just you're part of the crowd. They dap you up and you keep going.
Okay.
The other two, Bernard and Yule. Yule, are you staying? Are you maybe going to cast something to attempt to heal him? What exactly is going through Yule's mind right now while he's helping this?
I mean, okay.
Cripple.
So all jokes aside, yeah, definitely, it's like on my mind, but
Sure.
and I stop some. I mean, I feel like it's a bad place to stop and start casting healing spells. Most healing spells are, well, I don't know. I got a couple of bonus action ones.
So you should have action or bonus action. And you don't necessarily have to stand still while you do it. You could cast on the move. There's nothing that says you have to cast from this place.
I just mean like
Unless you're ritual casting.
If I'm like casting magic, like won't that kind of be a dead giveaway to any of the undead around us?
If you're loud, you know what I mean? I would probably have you roll a stealth check to see how quietly you could cast it.
I mean, I prefer to find a spot we could like dip off for a second.
That's fair. It's 100% your prerogative. I was just curious if you were going to try and heal it.
I mean, I'm not gonna make many stealth rolls.
Life of a cleric.
Gotta have good armor.
Okay. So the two of you continue your movement forward. Right, that first outcropping where you have the big, heavy left turn down, where it goes out into that little peninsula that kind of looks like a Tetris symbol. You know what I'm talking about right here? You see this on the left side of the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. That first little large outcropping, leaving that first stairwell to the left of the bridge, you go, probably 8 or 10 of those little tiny buildings down. There's a big left turn. That big left turn is now within the two of you. I believe that both of you have dark vision. If not, you have your mace. You could light your mace up. There's nothing that says you can't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't.
Did neither of you have dark vision?
I don't know if the halfling does or not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't think I do.
I will check. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up your website. Give me a second. It's loading. You do not have dark vision, so neither of you can see. So we'll just say that you have your mace lit so you can see where you're going, right?
Fair enough.
Hang on, let me get that tab open back up. There we go.
Well, that changes some shit.
Well, I mean,
So
okay, if I'm running around with my mace lit, I may as well like.
Yeah, it may as well
It's-
go loud.
it's not making noise. It's called the Hellfire Mace, but I'm not gonna make it like crackle like a fucking fireplace.
Okay.
It's like got flame. Yeah, as funny as it would be, it's just got flames like crackling off of it, not actually making the noise that fire does. Not that kind of like whooshing, burning of air noise, but it does produce light. And I don't remember how much it is. You'll have to check the actual mace. It gives a certain radius of light.
You know what? Let's risk a quick healing spell anyway. That's it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to. I gotta.
So you shed dim light within a 5-foot radius. That's what it is. So neither of you can see anything more than 5 feet. I just want to clarify this. You've probably walked up 2 buildings and you went, fuck, and turned away so you could actually go follow the skirt of the building rather than continue a straight line. You've probably done this several times. you can orient yourself off of the light being shot into the cloud layer by the gold spire. So at least you have that like pillar of light, the beacon, whatever you want to call it. You know that that is in that direction. So if you want to do your healing spell, you can go ahead and let me know what you got.
So I rolled a 17 on healing word, but do I need to roll a stealth check? See how quiet I am.
I mean, I don't think we're being that quiet now.
Well, here's my thing for this, and I'm not gonna make you waste a healing spell here. He's currently like you have experienced enough, given enough healing in your life to know what a condition is versus a healable injury.
Okay, so he's just like
He's suffering from exhaustion. Yeah, if you cast Lesser Restoration on him, for example, it would cure his exhaustion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, yeah. All right. I'll go with Lesser Restoration. That's a bonus action, so it's instant.
Okay. So you're back. You went to the fucking chiropractor today. You're fine. And you stand up straight. Just a little fucking. You know what? Make me another Constitution saving throw. See if you moan. Because I know what it feels like when your back gets set back into place, and it's pretty great.
21.
Yeah, 20. Okay, so you manage to stifle it. You close your mouth and you do it into your back of your throat. You're like, oh god.
This all play out.
Yeah. So they're in front of you, about 60 feet away. He's got his mace held up like kind of like an umbrella, and it's shedding a 5-foot circle of light. So they're a beacon for you. You could just follow that light beacon. They have no idea that you're there. They would, on the other hand, know that they're being followed because they can hear the shuffling of feet. They can hear the groans, the moaning noises that these undead are making. All of this is very easily and very clearly the same noises that they've been hearing the whole time. The slopping of like dragging their feet through like puddles and water and slickness of mud and whatnot. But your back is fixed. Your point of exhaustion is gone. You're fine. And you do manage to make it to that L where that corner begins to go to the left. What would you like to do from that point forward?
I think we're still heading down, aren't we?
That's your call. You haven't seen the rogue. You haven't seen. You also haven't seen the barbarian. The Goliath. You haven't seen Sherry. You haven't seen Asher. Right. All these people are just gone to you right now.
Yeah.
So we're like almost to the end of, or we like made that left turn to go down on that first little peninsula. Are we at the end of it yet?
No. So what you're thinking is the little outcropping island that also has a little bridge out to it. If you go to the right of that, there's a little peninsula in between that and the main bridge. That is the left turn I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one that's basically right in the middle of the semicircle up there, right above the
right above the D and bridge difference. Okay, yeah, so that's where you're at.
So like, are we at the end of that? Or are we like halfway down there?
Do you make the left turn or do you go forward? That's you're at the cross right now, the crossroad.
Shit, yeah, the Goliath can be there. We need him if we're getting into a fight.
Okay.
You gotta continue
on. So you make the left turn and you take your little beacon of light and you bank to the left. Make me a perception check. That both of you can do it.
Okay.
18.
Yeah, actually, Ty, you can do it too. You're only 20 feet away.
12.
9 for me.
Okay. Well, with the 18, I'm pretty sure what Yule said.
Yeah.
With the 18, as you're continuing forward, your 5-foot radius is very clear. No one is in it, other than the other blind in the dark individual that's in your small makeshift party. You continue your walk all the way to the end of this pier. With your 18, even in the dark, as your eyes kind of begin to adjust, I'm going to say that even then, you cannot make out the shape of a boat. You don't think a boat met this land. You don't even see any slick spots as you go actually down to the water and like wave your light down there so you can kind of see it. You don't see any spots where a boat would have come ashore. You don't see any remains of boats. You don't see any like wood planks. And more importantly, you don't see the torch that you sent the Goliath over with.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Like even peering around, you don't see any light source. Like looking down the shoreline. Sorry, to be clear, you're peering down the shoreline. You don't see any light source whatsoever. The shoreline is completely black. Once it reaches like 10 to 30 feet past your visual range, it's just a wall of darkness. And far in the distance, you can make out the shape of the top of the gold spire with the light shooting straight up into the air. What do the two of you do at the end of this pier? Or into this peninsula?
I mean, this is where we're
Well,
supposed to wait. So.
Well, so a realistic question is Ty like what 20, 30 feet behind us?
Yes, but you in character do not know that. He's hiding in the crowd of the undead that followed you down to the end of this pier. You have now walled yourself in. There are 6 undead that you can't see.
So we 6 undead that we can't see.
Right.
And we don't know he's there, but he is there. And we have reached the end of this peninsula. We see no light. I mean, so no matter what we do, we got to take a second and figure out where we're going, right?
Yeah, we also got to turn around and deal with the 6 things following us.
Well,
Right.
so I was going to ask about that. You said there was a left. They took a left, and there was also an option of a right, wasn't there?
It's a left or a straight was the option. Yeah.
Left or a straight?
Yeah.
Okay, because I wanted to do something with that.
Okay. I mean, we can step back so you can do it. What do you want to do?
As we come up to that corner, I'm going to take a handful of berries and I'm going to yeet them the opposite fucking direction of that we go.
Okay. So my issue with that is they would have heard it as well.
Good ton of noise, yeah.
Yeah. They have already made their decisions and you didn't interject at the point when they were saying, I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
So changing something that drastic would fuck up the last 15 minutes of playtime.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say no just for that reason, that it's like if had you said it then I would have been like, yeah, fuck it, it's a cool idea. But they had already made the decision. They had walked for several more minutes. You know, you could have interjected at any time and said, hey, while I'm in this group, I want to throw this shit. You're totally welcome to do that, but stepping back that far when I just made it very clear that the dead are walking up on them now is a bit of a retcon that I don't want to work in.
That's fine, sorry.
Okay.
I just didn't want to interrupt. So.
You're more than welcome to just say, hey, I want to do this right now, because your character is hiding. You are effectively Jack in the Box. You know, you could spring out and do whatever you want at any time.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to kind of announce that you're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. You just have to let me know so I can tell it. You know, like their point of view, what they hear. They would have heard a bunch of fucking metal bouncing on stone and a bunch of ricochets and little pings and little fucking noises, right?
Yeah.
But how do I work that into what I've just told them?
No, yeah, that's fair. I'll figure out a new plan then.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
How far is that group from them right now?
Probably 30 to 35 feet at this point. Like they would have created a little bit of distance because they're faster, right? They're moving at 25 feet versus 15. They're moving they're gaining distance.
And you can say no to this. Would it be possible for you to try to stealthily pick them off one by one from the back to the front?
You can try. You can only the dice can tell, my brother. That is 100% between you and your dice.
Let me try it.
Yeah, that is between you and your dice.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. So you're trying to make six consecutive stealth kills.
Yes.
Okay. They have a certain amount of hit points. If you don't do over those hit points, That will not be a kill, and it's going to fuck up your order. Just want to be clear.
That is fine. The only reason I'm going to say that's fine is because every single one of these is considered sneak attack.
Yeah, because they unless you make noise is the thing. If you're just like shoving a fucking blade into the back of somebody's head and then you slowly drop their body down, I'll have you make a stealth check every time you do it. That'll be how we'll do this.
I'm fine with that. That's how I was figuring it.
Yeah, that's how we'll do this. So your first one.
Side, I'm not super worried about it.
Yeah, the damage shouldn't be that big of a deal because you have your sneak attack. But we'll have you do stealth every time. If you fuck up a stealth check for whatever reason, roll a natural 1 or whatever, then you will alert the others. You will alert the others, and it will fuck up your attempted fucking one after the other kills. So there'll be some rules to this while you're doing it. So make me a stealth check to start.
A 23.
Very good. Okay, now go ahead and roll your attack.
And this is going to be with my regular dagger, not the astral daggers.
Okay.
So it's only a single dagger. It's not double.
Right. Gotcha.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. You don't really have to roll the fucking... As long as your dice minimum is over 11, they're dead.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about rolling all the fucking extra dice.
So that's 6 on the regular attack. And then 14 on the sneak attack.
20. Perfect. Yep. Your sneak attack would end up being double dice, too. It would have been 6.
Yeah, I'm not going to roll another set.
It's fine. Yeah. Just so you know. So you, we'll do the next one. Go ahead and roll the next one. We'll talk these through as we get your numbers. So 1 is a success.
Do stealth and then roll damage every time.
Stealth again. Yep. The stealth is effectively like how quietly you put the body down and like draw your weapon back out to engage the next one.
Stealth is a dirty 20.
Okay. Success. Yeah.
That's a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Regular damage is 4.
Okay.
I keep scrolling all the way down for sneak attack because it used to be at the bottom. Sneak attack is 5.
9. Okay. So there's your failure. All right. So you have 1 successful kill and then failure, and then we're gonna roll initiative after that. So just before we continue forward, tell me how you successfully kill the first one. Right. Just walk me through it, and then how that somehow translates into a successful attack but a failed kill on the second one.
So the first one, I'll say, I was ready. I grabbed him. I stuck my knife, perfect spot right in the back of the head.
Sure.
Set him down nice and quiet. We'll say, got to the second one and stabbed him, but I was low.
Okay.
So I missed like the sweet spot in the back of the head.
Yeah, the little cervical nerve center. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it was just I just missed it just barely.
Okay. And he doesn't fall. And you get to withdraw your knife. We'll say that. Roll me a d4. No. Yeah, fuck it. Roll me a d4.
1.
Okay. Only one of them. One of the others begins to turn in your direction when the noise is made.
Okay.
So I need you to roll initiative. Great. Let me find my dice. Natural 1 on an initiative roll is crazy. That is a bonkers choice of actions.
Was a great plan.
That goes before you. That also goes before you. Great. Give me 1 second.
I feel like this is gonna hurt.
It might. So they both go before you, so they'll make their movement towards you that puts them both in melee. they're pretty stupid, so I'm gonna say they're side by side. They won't get their advantage being allies next to each other. So 1 to hit is a, where's that modifier at? A 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then the second one is a 18 to hit.
That'll
So I rolled a 16 and a 15, unfortunately.
don't have anything to help me.
The first one you take 5 bludgeoning damage. And the second one you're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage, so 11 bludgeoning damage total. And I don't think they get multi-attack, do they? No, they don't. That's just regular fucking. Yeah, they get undead fortitude, which is a whole ass different thing. So you take 11 points of damage. It's your turn. They can only attack once.
With a reaction,
Sure.
can I use uncanny dodge on one of them?
Let me check how uncanny dodge
When an
works
attacker you can
now.
see hits you with an attack, you can take a reaction to have the attack's damage.
Yeah, I think uncanny dodge is different now than it used to be. So let me read through it real quick. Once I can actually see it, I'll fucking. I will give
also
you.
didn't know that I can add attributes to my fucking sneak attacks.
Yeah, like your Nick or
Die of it, yeah.
yeah. So what are you trying to do right now? Right? Uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. Yeah,
Uncanny
all it says on my end
dodge.
is
When an attacker you can see hits you with an attack, you can reaction to have the attack. Yeah, so it's not just effects anymore. You can it's not just like spell effects or splash damage. You can actually have an attack's damage. So yeah, the first one or the second one.
We'll go with the second one.
Okay, so you take 8 total bludgeoning damage then. And that is your one reaction for this turn. You get your reaction after you take your current action, the one you're on right now, your turn. You get your reaction back.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry, hitting motherfuckers. I mean, I'm gonna go after the one I stabbed the first time.
Okay, go for it. Roll to hit.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 just misses. No, I'm sorry. It's not just miss. It's a miss though.
Okay.
Yeah. 14 is their AC. I was thinking 13. It's 14.
Okay. Then with my bonus action, I'm going to disengage
Okay.
about 15 feet.
Okay. Their next turn, they have a speed of 20 feet. So they both walk up to you.
I remembered you saying they had a speed of 10, but since they're walking.
Yeah. So I want to say that I did say it was 10, but I'm looking at their walking speed right now and it's 20.
Okay.
So like their official sheet is 20. So their 2 are both against you again. Their melee is a 16 to hit.
Hit.
And a 18 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. First one is 5 bludgeoning damage. Second one is 5 bludgeoning damage. So both are the same.
Okay, I'm gonna reaction uncanny dodge. Really doesn't matter which one.
That's fine. Yeah. So you take 7 bludgeoning damage. So you should be down 15 total.
Okay. All right, I'm going to disengage again.
Yeah.
My full movement backwards this time.
Okay. Yeah. You noticed that it wasn't far enough last time. Makes sense.
And then I'm going to use my flying daggers.
Sure.
On
Yeah.
the one I haven't hit.
Okay. Go ahead.
25.
Yeah, that counts as a crit because it's over 10 over the AC.
So I gotta roll. Fuck, I gotta roll 4 dice. Then.
Yeah, so it's the whatever double for that. So I guess 12, right? Did we say that, or say double the dice? I think we said double the dice.
We planned to just do the 1d, so turn it into 2d4 plus Or
Plus the 3. No, it would be plus the original.
3.
Yeah, that's why you just it's like kind of like carrying around a pocket crit. You're getting double dice. So 9 is your total there.
That's the first 2, and then I have the crit, which is 2 more dice, correct?
Yeah, you have another 2 dice. Correct. Yeah, another 2d4s. You're right. No, it took me a second to realize what you're trying to say. Yeah. So you have
He's fucking dead.
15. Yeah, 50 with 15 he dies. Yeah. And then you have the other one who is pretty close to dead. Like he's pretty fucked up. They're already dead, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna take his 20 feet of movement towards you. It's not enough. He can't reach you. He will action dash, and then get against you again.
Okay.
But that's the end of his turn. He can't do anything else.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at him
Okay.
with a 24.
Yeah, it hits. That's still also a crit. You don't even have to roll. Your modifier is enough to kill him. He only has 3 hit points.
Yeah, it's 7
On
just a regular roll.
Yeah. Your plus 3 means he dies. Yeah. You have a minimum of 4 damage. He dies. He only has 3 hit points.
More than what he entirely has.
So tell me what happens in this. So what do you swipe at specifically? What are you targeting? Give me some kind of, give me the kill cam.
For his neck, for his head.
Okay.
I don't know how easily they die, but I know that everything I've hit in the head so far has died. So I'm just stabbing it into the side of his head.
Sure. And I rolled really bad for both of their saving throws, so they are dead.
Okay.
So when you hit them, they die. They just fucking crumple into a slurry of bones and loose meat. I don't know. Fuck, they're dead. I don't know what's wrong with me. The 2 of you that are at the end of the dock. At about this point, and about 10 feet away from you, you can hear shuffling on stone. Further away, you hear some noises that you can't really distinguish, but it sounds like some kind of fight or scruff of some kind. I don't know. Like people are moving around really fast for what they should be. Behind you, where this crowd or small crowd, I guess, of undead is walking. I would say that even with your 5 feet of visual range, you can detect that these creatures are very close to you. If you guys want to roll initiative, or if you would like to take some preemptive action, you're more than welcome to.
I'm down for the fight.
Yeah, we'll do like a preemptive fight, I think. We'll move into attack real quick.
So, what is your solitary action you can do prior to the fight existing, that being your preemptive move?
I think Bernard will move up and like try and move something in the way. Like,
make me a perception check at disadvantage because it's dark.
yeah, I can't see dick. So perception disadvantage. Oh yeah, it's not good. 3.
With a 3, you trip over something. Just kind of stumbles you. You wanna try and reach for it?
Sure.
Okay. It's moving.
Oh shit.
You can go ahead and roll your initiative. Lee, what is your preemptive move? What are you doing to prepare yourself? Good God, is that a fucking 1 on initiative again?
No, it's a 2 plus 3.
Okay, that's still just as bad.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
good.
sorry, Lee. What'd you say?
Nothing yet. I mean, really, there's not much. I've just got to get into it.
Okay. Let me have you roll your initiative too. You have a 9. Okay, cool. So that goes first, that goes in the middle, and that goes last. All right. Let me have. Let me have Bernard make me a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay. As a, oh, you know what? Let me do a thing right quick. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, I have no armor.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck you got on. That's your business.
Fucking AC of an 11. Like, fucking,
He's got a lower AC than a rogue.
He doesn't have any armor on, yeah. So you feel a bite into your ankle. Whatever this is clamps on pretty hard. Whatever you touched with your fucking foot, then you reach down, try to touch it with your hand. Bites onto like your lower calf ankle area pretty hard. It is enough to make you like rip your foot away from it, whatever you're trying to yank it free. And when you try and lift it, this thing is probably every bit of like 140 pounds. It's a lot to move with one leg. You can't see because you said you moved up and away from Yule. So you've lost your 5 feet of, or 5 foot radius of vision. He's carrying the 5 foot radius of vision with his mace. So you can still see him, but you can't see what's latched onto your leg. What would you like to do?
Attack whatever just bit me?
You're well, I'm sorry, no shit. I'm sorry, Yule. It's Yule's turn first.
Oh,
My apologize. Yeah. What would Yule like to do?
I'm gonna start with a Toll the Dead.
Okay. They get a roll con saves, right?
I think it's is it con?
I don't know. You might have to check the spell.
It's wisdom save.
Okay. 1's a 16, 1 is a 0, and 1 is a. It's everything within 60 feet of you, right?
No. Toll the Dead. Toll the Dead is a singular.
Yeah, it only attacks one thing.
Oh, my apologies. So yeah, so it 18 minus 2, then it's 16.
Okay. Yeah, 16 is the save.
Okay.
It's a save or suck, so it doesn't do anything. I don't think.
So yeah, fun to have an undead hit a 16 saving throw.
I rolled an 18. I'm sorry. 18 minus 2 though. There was a chance.
That's
There was
wrong.
a
Yeah, no, the chance is there. I didn't. So yeah, that's that. For yeah, you know what? Then I'll cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So bring out a nice little blue glowing hammer and send it after the nearest zombie.
Okay. I will give you that your hammer glows similarly to how your Hellfire Mace glows, in that it gives 5 feet a radius of light. That seems fair. It is kind of ethereal and glowy. I'll give it a little light radius. Fuck it. It's not like it hurts me. So you can use it as kind of another little spotlight, I guess is the best way to think of it, like another little flashlight. So nothing currently is within your visual range. So when you send it out, you have a max range of like 20 feet, right? Or did they buff it with the 1D&D? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, 60 foot.
Okay, so you can place it anywhere you want, but you don't necessarily know where these creatures are at. You just know they're close.
Right. I mean, we hear them, so I know a direction.
Sure. Yeah, they're back. They're in the direction, like your back is to a water source. They're walking down the road in front of you. The road's probably 20 to 30 feet wide. Like between the buildings.
Then I'm just gonna slowly move it forward until I find something in the line of sight.
Okay. Make me a perception check then, and we'll use it as like we'll do a straight d20 roll because I'm going to say this is a construct, and the construct doesn't get any like a wisdom bonus. It's not a living creature.
15.
Okay, with a 15, we'll say you do find one of the undead.
All right, I'm swinging. Our spiritual weapon is.
Perfect.
Let's see. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I did damage first.
It's fine.
15.
Okay. What's that? Sorry. With a 15,
Yeah.
it does hit. How much damage are we looking at?
11.
11 is just enough. So as it swings, what happens to the undead body? I'm curious how your ethereal magical weapon fucking.
That humor is embedded in the skull. It's exploded.
Okay. So the hammer replaced the skull.
Yeah.
Okay.
The upper 3/4 of it.
Sure, I got you. So there's a loose jaw and some meat.
Yeah, there's a lower jaw left.
Okay.
Maybe.
So that rounds up your turn. It isn't. You know what? It would have been that one's turn, so it's empty. Bernard, it's your. Did Adam leave the chat? Where the fuck did Adam go?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, your camera went black, and I'm only looking at what's going to Twitch. So I was like, where the fuck did Adam's just camera disappear? It is your turn. I'm sorry. It's because you got your 5 or whatever on your check or your initiative roll.
I will fucking try and beat the shit out of the thing that just tried to bite me.
Okay.
Actions. Take a swing at this thing, and hopefully it's not dick. Yeah, okay, 21.
Hits. Yeah, hits.
Hell yeah, that was a piss poor attack roll, but 7.
Okay, 7. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. You can't see, so you just kind of wildly swung at it. I mean, technically your attack should have been a disadvantage, but I'm gonna give it to you because he's in your fucking space. He's literally he's latched onto your fucking leg. You know what I mean? It's hard to miss. But you bury your palm axe into him, and you feel like a pretty satisfying crunch when your axe digs into this thing's back.
Gotcha.
Looking
at it one more time.
Okay.
Try and get it over with. There we go. 27.
Yeah, it's a crit. Your minimum is +6. It's fine. You don't even have to roll. Follow that same motion and stab your axe down into it again, and it immediately just goes limp. I do need to. It goes limp, but does not die.
No.
That is the end of your turn, right?
Yeah, I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, so it feels pretty resounding, like you killed it, but it's still latched on. That's how we're gonna describe this. The other one is going to move, we'll say towards Yule. Oh shit. Lost my dice. What did I roll to? That looks like a 17 plus 3 is a dirty 20. Does that hit, Lee?
It does.
Okay, so one of them wanders into your area. He's going to take his attack. That is going to be a 6 damage. It is bludgeoning. I don't know if you get to reduce bludgeoning in any way, but it's just bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would be. I feel like I haven't played him forever.
It's been a while.
It'll be under defenses usually. If you have any resistances, it'll be like a little shield with an R next to it. Up at the top, directly underneath your health. Right.
Yep, no, so I don't have anything.
Nothing? Okay. Not a
I
problem.
don't see where a halfling would be resistant to much.
Maybe poison I would give them because they like, in lore, like they're usually farmers and shit. Oh. But anyway,
So 6 bludgeoning.
6 bludgeoning damage, correct? Yeah, he takes a good little maul swing at you. You know, not with a maul, but like he's mauling you. And he takes a pretty nasty swing at you. Maybe claws across your face. We'll say it does a little bludgeoning damage. Let me have. Oh shit! No, it's the one that's biting Adam's turn. Fuck yeah, 15.
Hey, that fucking hits.
Yeah, love it. It's gonna be 6 damage. You can't reduce it, so it doesn't matter what kind it is. I'm not gonna tell you. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay. Keep that in mind. That is 1 failure.
Oh, okay.
Let me have. Oh, it's your turn. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. You can take your turn.
Back the thing attacking me. Fuck that guy.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't fucking work. So second attack, 27.
A 27 definitely hits. It's a crit. You don't even have to roll damage. I have to roll to see if he stays alive. Oh no, you do need to roll damage. I'm sorry. I need you to roll damage.
Okay.
Yep.
So 9 plus 12 is
21.
21. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he does not roll high enough to save, so he's dead.
Yeah.
So the body goes limp, and the bite on your leg also goes limp. Like you're now free of his bite.
Hell yeah. Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
Give us a moment.
Perfect. It is Lee's turn now. I had to think about it for a second. Sorry.
I'm gonna go with Toll the Dead again.
Okay. You know where he's at. You can see him. Go ahead and send it.
So yeah, I mean you just gotta roll a wisdom save.
Thank you. I forgot. 12. So it's a fail.
That's a fail. So we are gonna go. You know what? Is it? If it's too late, that's fine. Can I retract that Toll the Dead?
What are you gonna do in place of it?
Yeah.
How about a guiding bolt? Because Toll the Dead is necrotic damage.
That's fair. Yeah, fuck it. I'll let you do it. That's not that big of a retcon. You just wanted to change the spell. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so let's see. I do have to roll to hit with guiding bolt. So that is 24 to hit.
Yeah, it's a crit. It hits. It's 10 over his AC. Adam, Hunter cheers you again if you got a drink on you.
Now empty, I have to go get another one.
Alright, so 10 for damage.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. He is obliterated. There's not unfortunately you don't get the advantage on the guiding bolt, but he is dead. You know what? Hold on. How much damage you do?
I mean it was 10, but I rolled it regular, not as a crit.
Oh, fuck. We'll just double it for the sake of not having to roll again. So 20. Yeah, so he doesn't roll high enough. I was gonna say he does roll high enough because you rolled a 15, but no, he doesn't roll high. So he dies. So that is the final kill. So go on, Dick. Tell me what happens.
So I'm gonna say the guiding bolt just pops straight through him and he just kind of disintegrates.
Yeah, you were actually guiding bolt the thing behind him, and he was in the way. The guiding bolt said, "Excuse me, bitch."
You bitch, get out of the way.
Yeah. So as you cast your guiding bolt and it flies freely of your hand, what color would you like that magic to be? What? How do you want to describe the look of that magic?
Guiding bolt has to be like white.
Yeah, I was thinking either white or kind of like a goldish, heavenly light. You know, whatever you want to call it to be.
Gold or yellow would work, but like it's got to be a light color.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll give it like a, kind of a more on the yellowish side, but leaning towards like an off-white, so it still maintains its light brightness. Just erupts from your hand and blasts right as cleanly through this thing as it could be. Leaves this big old gaping hole right in his stomach, and it just fucking explodes. Ty, in front of you, you hear several loud smacks of metal on stone. You hear some kind of words being murmured. You know, they sound like they're a little distant from you. And then, not but like 10 feet to your right, a big blast of golden light energy just explodes the fucking zombie that was 10 feet to your right all over you. You're now covered in even more blood, guts, and viscera.
Hell yeah.
You're also like a little blind.
A little bit.
You know, you get that fucking LED flashlight in your eyes when you got you know when your dad was like, yeah, it's bright, and you're like, oh really? Let me just look at it. That's what happened. You're temporarily blind. That shit was bright as hell. You're also covered in fucking mess.
Yeah.
What do you do?
How far away is everything from me besides the one that was just 10 foot to me?
He was pretty close. He was like, they're probably 5 feet past him. 5 to 10. Well,
Okay.
like Yule would be within 5 feet because he saw him. He had visual range on him. And then Adam, as Bernard, is probably 10 to 15 feet away from him. Currently probably stomping a fucking zombie's head into the ground wildly.
Yes.
And how many living zombies do I see?
Zero.
Oh, they're all dead.
Yeah, you just watched one of them explode all over you. The other one is currently getting its head fucking stomped into the ground. And there's a spiritual weapon which is glowing like bluish light pretty close to you. You just walk past it. That had its hammer buried into the throat like it was a fucking sleeve. Yeah, you killed 3. Buried into its fucking head. Like the hammer, like the width of the hammer is the width of the dead guy's neck, so it's just like buried into his neck like it's a fucking turtleneck. The head is just gone. The body is only being supported by the magical weight of the spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna walk up. Hey guys.
So out of the darkness,
Out of the darkness.
out of the darkness, you guys all hear, "Hey guys!"
I see you took out the other half.
I immediately cast Hold It. No, I'm kidding.
Immediately cast it.
Have you ever seen somebody cast Fireball? No.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, hey,
Surprise your group.
hey guys, I see you took out the other half.
I cast Shit My Pants Fireball. Zombies can talk now? No, we're not standing on that business.
Absolutely not. Can't be doing that shit. Bernardo just kind of groans.
So did Ty just walk? Did he actually walk up to us out of the darkness?
Correct.
Okay.
Because I can see you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody gets 18 hit points back.
Hell yeah. I think that's more than I can even take anyway.
That's kind of what I need.
Actually, that is perfect amount that I needed to put me back at full health.
It's kind of what I need. Right. Well, that's worked out, I guess. You got lost, Ty? Glad to see you made it back.
Oh, I've been behind that group for a hot minute now, actually. I went to the riverbank, checked either side of the bridge, see what I could find, didn't find nothing, and wandered my way back, ended up behind you guys. Took out 3 on trying to get... I tried to like stealthily kill all 6 of them, fucked up the second one, 2 of them fucked around and found out, and now here we are. But yeah, I've been following you guys since well before you took the turn.
Well, that's good to know now, I suppose. Nothing you can do about it. But that was unfortunate. Have you not seen the Goliath and the kid?
No, I haven't found shit. There was signs that boats have been on shore on the other side of the bridge, but there was no boats, no Goliath, no torch. So I'm assuming they've landed somewhere farther down from us, most likely.
Understood.
I mean, the water's rough. We watched them take off. They started flying down.
Yeah,
So
I do hope they manage to make it to land. And again, I don't want to leave them out here.
I'm hoping they make it to land too. The water's
That
probably
boat.
safer though.
Well, that boat's not necessarily made for open
That's fair.
ocean.
That's fair.
That's the issue. But alright. I suppose we can go further down the coast if it's so rough. Maybe they landed a bit down there, and then head upwards towards the spire. Maybe.
Maybe there's also the little like outlet island. If you know what I'm talking about, further down from us, maybe they landed there. I mean, it's a good chance they landed somewhere farther down from us.
Probably our next stop then.
If that is your plan,
Ourselves off and head on.
my question is, are you going to? Do you want to light a regular torch so you can all see within 30 feet?
I'm gonna say that I don't even consider it because I can see fine.
So it's not like regular vision. I want to be I want to be clear. We've talked about this. You can't read in dark vision. Like, you get shapes.
But I can see the path.
Yeah, you can see like kind of the outlines of buildings and like minor details, like where a door would be. No, it's worse than that. It's worse than that. You can read with night vision on.
Yeah, you can. It hurts your head like a motherfucker, but you can do it.
It's the best way I can describe it is it's like Daredevil's vision. You get shapes, you get, quick movement, things like that you can keep track of. But details are far and few between.
Yeah.
You still get disadvantage in like investigation checks with dark vision. You can see, but it's still difficult to see. You could just get outlines and shapes. Like, if you want to do a perception check, you don't get disadvantage because it's like a general idea more than anything. But if you wanted to like investigate something specific, where is the right shoe that's red in color? You can't see color. You see in black and white, and it's just shapes. So you get an idea of what's in front of you. You can see like the outlines of buildings. You can see like the posts that hold up maybe their awnings. If they had like trays of fruit or shit out front, whatever, you can kind of see that it's fruit. Maybe pick it up and hold it and know what it is. Maybe you would know like a cantaloupe is this big versus an apple fits in your hand. Just by size you could figure that out. But that's all stuff that like you would figure out in the moment. Right now, what you can see is like the outlines of buildings. You can kind of see that you're standing on like muddy cobblestone, and that you know that you haven't seen a boat shape since you've come over here. But you still can't see clearly. Turning on light, like turning on some source of light, would help you drastically.
Yeah. I'll say I don't consider the torch thing because I'm probably kind of used to just walking around in the dark.
That's fine. I just want to make sure that you understood how the light worked.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm just saying, like, as Ty, coming from here and his profession, probably not something he usually considers is like, oh, let's light a torch. So
that's fine. Okay. The other two, do you consider lighting a torch? If not, you only have 5 feet of vision between you because of your mace. Nothing else is lit.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Like, we light a torch, we can.
We have
we may as well.
Thing up. Yeah, we might as well at this point.
The only reason I bring it up is because you guys brought it up, as in you sent the Goliath across with a torch lit, and then it dissipated into the foggy darkness. So you're using a light to spot them, but you have a dim light of 5 feet, which obviously doesn't travel near as far as a firelight that travels, you can see 30 feet. So you would be less discernible. Had you passed by them and they just didn't have their torch out, they wouldn't know. Because none of them have dark vision. Like the Goliath might actually have dark vision. I'll have to check. Give me a second.
The kid does. The half elf.
Yeah, he does. I think he's got the
Ruse.
warlock
No,
vision.
not Ruse.
Asher.
Yeah, Asher. Yeah, he's got dark vision.
Okay.
But no, I think we probably will at this point.
Okay. So you take a minute, you spark up with your tinderbox, and you get you a torch lit, and get prepared to continue moving. I will tell you that is about our halftime point. So if you want to take our break, we can come back at about 15 minutes.
Would be nice.
That's fine. So for anybody who's here, we are going to take our small, short 15-minute halftime break. If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to. If you have questions, you're more than welcome to ask them. Somebody will stay around and answer what they can. And you're welcome to after as well. If anybody else is here, you could just ask questions after. Anyways, I am going to run to the restroom. I'll be back in a minute. Our BRB screen set. We'll start again at like 10:15.
Okay.
Hey, at least our plan didn't go sideways.
Yet.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Like,
it
oh yeah,
almost
by the
did.
way, because of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so how was everyone's week?
It was a long week, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long week for sure.
I had to rebuild the axles on a forklift this week,
Ugh. Gross.
and they're independent shaft axles, so they're pain in the ass. I get to replace the engine on a side by side Monday.
Sounds like fun.
Those fuckers blew a fucking rod to heaven. Like, I drained the oil and metal chunks fell out.
We need to get a side by side, but still focused on actual stuff, not toys.
Dude, I can't validate a side by side. Working on them,
I could.
I can't. They're the price of a fucking car, and they break down all the damn time.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'd have a utility side by side. I mean,
Oh yeah, like a John Deere Gator would be great.
I'd fuck a deer.
Well, I meant something like that at least.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like any of like your big, like your real equipment, like your combines and shit like that, that's still made here. But any fucking John Deere like actual tractor is not made in the States.
I know.
Not if it's under 100 horsepower. Fuck.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah, fuck deer.
You remember that's what I work on for a living.
What, deers?
Tractors, balers, combines, cutters, boom lifts, scissor lifts, backhoes,
fuck off.
excavators. I'm a heavy equipment mechanic. I specialize in balers, New Holland balers.
Yeah, see, like that's one of the reasons I don't have a side by side yet. I've still got to get baling. I've got to get I've got a tractor, but no baler. Plenty of implements, but
Are you trying to do round bale or scroll bale?
probably square.
I'd look into like Vermeer. Or yeah, Vermeer makes good equipment in my opinion. There's another brand. It's also green, but it starts with an M. I can't remember it off the top of my head. That makes some pretty good balers. McHale makes some pretty good balers for their price. But I think they do more round bales than anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can move round bales. I don't mind them, but square bales are just easier to manage. Like how much?
How many acres are you baling?
See, that's the thing. Part of it's not going to be. I mean, it's going to be a couple of years to get all my hay back in. But I mean, we've got like 60 acres of hay.
All right, that's a lot of square bales, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
Unless you're planning on getting a bale truck.
yeah, but I mean, no, I'm not gonna keep it all. I'll probably sell like I'll probably
yeah.
sell a good chunk out of the field and then put up what I need.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just typically with square bales, in my experience, and everybody's different. I've always stored them, all of them, because they fall apart a lot faster than round bales do.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, like we have people get them out of. I'm talking about sell them out of the field, like sell them out of the field on cut.
Yeah, he's selling them on cut. Yeah, he's not
And
storing
then
them
just
for
putting
himself.
up. I'll store like what I need, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess round bales is a little harder to sell on cut.
yeah,
Usually gotta find somebody to buy them motherfuckers.
unless you're really selling a bundle, because we've got a trailer, but like how many? Like on a standard 8-foot trailer, you can only put 2 round bales.
Yeah, I'm pulling a 35-foot gooseneck.
They're a bitch.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
move
I
if people actually buy
don't
them,
have a freaking real trailer. I can't haul my tractor.
Yeah, but we also hay probably close to 2,000 acres a year between mine and the neighbors and a couple other guys that we bale for. So we transport a lot of fucking hay. We're actually looking to get a semi, so we can go to a 55-foot trailer.
Just get a fucking sod truck. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
45-foot sod truck. That's all you need.
It's
got a forklift attached to it.
Yeah, it does. The other reason we're looking at a semi is for delivering it.
Sod truck. It's got a forklift attached to it. And you can get a decent sod truck for 50 grand.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, you may as well get a logging truck. A lot of them have cranes on them.
Yeah, still just load with the tractor.
Yeah, but
up here, that's like you got to remember too. I'm in logging land, like that. That stuff's a dime a dozen used up here. Like,
yeah,
literally go out somewhere, like drive.
It's even like here, sod trucks aren't all that common here.
The issue with logging trucks is they're always overweight, so they're always
but if you're always not going far.
Right. My problem is buying one used means it's abused.
Yeah.
No one takes care of a logging truck.
Yeah.
No.
Even if it's privately owned, no one takes care of it.
Yeah, not even logging companies take care of
I'm gonna disagree with that one.
No, so
I'm gonna disagree with that one altogether. Most of the logging trucks are privately owned. It's not a big company, like it's private companies.
Right.
People take extreme care of their logging trucks.
But they still run overweight.
Well, no, man. Like logging trucks are built to run weight, and you got to think too. If you're running a truck that's built to run logs, you're not going to touch the weight that thing can haul with bales.
Yeah, you're still stripping it. Like
correct.
But
there's running it.
Like a lot of different companies. If they're private, I'll give you they're probably better.
If you look up the numbers, logging trucks receive the most overweight tickets at DOT checkpoints nationwide.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They run overweight because when they go and pick up a load, that guy on the crane doesn't give a fuck. He just fills the trailer. That's not his truck. He don't care.
Weighted. It's not weighted.
Yeah, he don't weight it before you leave the fucking place. He just loads as many fucking logs on there as he can and says, all right, get the fuck out of here. Go deliver them. Go drop them off to the fucking planing facility or wherever you're doing them at.
See, if it's anything like mines don't give a shit about their equipment.
Yeah, no, they don't.
You can respect your own equipment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they intentionally destroy their equipment.
Correct, yeah.
I'm saying to continue to be a worker and have a 53-foot log trailer being pulled by a semi, you're pulling overweight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're not intentionally damaging, but over time you're going to cause more stress.
Right. You're going to cause more stress than pulling an 80,000-pound enclosed trailer that your truck is designed to carry.
Well, local works for Bridger Coal, and honestly, like if a drop of oil drops on a truck, they write that bitch off and just take the fucking tax relief on that bitch and buy a new one.
I'm just going to agree to disagree. Like, I don't know. I've spent quite a while working in a logging yard, and I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you the semis see a lot more abuse than logging trucks.
Semis see less maintenance than logging trucks. I would say
Well,
that.
they see less maintenance, and they also like the air ride brakes do a lot too.
They
Like
fucking
you're not
destroy
pulling
the
a semi doesn't pull at full capacity because of the air brakes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, they can pull more than 80,000 pounds. That's not what I'm arguing with. Yes, but a trailer is a maximum weight, a DOT weight of 80,000 pounds. If you pulling heavier than that, you are breaking the law.
Yes.
Right. So a large company like Walmart shipping shit from Arkansas to wherever, right, is going to the best of their ability, make sure their trucks are not over 80,000 pounds. One, because it reduces maintenance costs by not overweighting your truck. But two, it reduces fines. So they don't have to pay fucking fines every time.
Yeah.
Like because they have to pay driver fines all the time because their drivers run over 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Walmart runs
So
all of their
the
truck
reason
loads
the
at,
reason
like,
I know all
9,000
this is
pounds
because
under.
my grandfather was a truck driver for 45 fucking years. When he got out of the Air Force, that's the first thing he did was go get a Class A license. That's the reason. That's the reason I know this. I grew up in a truck, and then my dad also grew up in that same truck, that same Peterbilt that's still sitting in his farm and still cranks on the. You walk out there and turn it over, cranks first time, and it's like a fucking 70-year-old. It's not 70. Fuck, it's 42. That truck's 42 years old.
Fucking Peterbilt.
This guy's a Peterbilt.
Okay.
I know.
So also,
but
I'm also gonna run one other thing by you. Most of my trucks run a max of 40,000 pounds.
Most.
Sure, yeah, and that's incredibly underweight for a logging truck.
No, I'm just cracking up because you guys know that my wife actually handles countrywide logistics for a Fortune 500 company.
Sure.
She spends like 60 hours a week dealing with trucks and trucking.
Absolutely.
And honestly, y'all, it's like I'm telling you, logging trucks don't see the kind of abuse you. Either way, like I'm gonna go back to my original statement. Logging trucks, I just don't see the abuse that you think they do.
Yeah, I mean they do and they don't. They see different kinds of abuse. Is what my stressor is.
They're like, what's the difference between a logging truck and a general semi anyway? Like, are they running different brakes?
So it depends on how they're just. Certain trucks are designed to be logging trucks, but not every logging company uses logging trucks. Most of them can't afford it. Maybe up north in Maine or north in like Washington, for example, they're a dime a dozen. But in the South, where we have larger forests and larger companies, I live in the largest national forest. This is my example. I live in the largest national forest in America. We do a shitload of pine tree logging because it's how we make our telephone poles. And GE, for example, like GE does a contract with Asplund. So Asplund comes in and maintains all their shit, but General Electric and Duke Energy both do it, where they, for every tree they cut down, they have to plant 2. That's their contractual agreement. Doesn't say they have to maintain that tree in any way, just says they have to plant 2 for every one they cut down. And that's something that gets argued a shitload by environmentalists. But also, logging in the north and logging in the south are completely different things. We cut different kinds of wood, right? We're using wood for 2 different things. No one in the house builds cabins no one in the South builds cabin houses, for example. We don't use wood for the outside of our houses unless it's cedar, right? Because cedar grows a dime a dozen in our swamps. We have cedar knees that are fucking, but they grow a foot a year.
Well, yeah, but the majority of our logging up here is still pine.
Yeah. You'll pull pine, but we lean a lot more towards the hardwoods than the sapwoods, right? That's our thing. We do cedars, we do a lot of oaks. The pine is only for telephone poles. That's all we use it for. The pine does not go in your house.
Well,
I guess 2x4s. Yeah, I'm gonna say I guess 2x4s. Yes,
but all of your lumber in the world is pine, aside from specialized lumber.
Yeah, pine is the base. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Pine is everything. You may have something like plating it, something in the walls. You may have wood siding, wood outside, but your
Right,
whole
the
house
actual
is made of
frame,
pine.
the frames of the house, yeah. But and a substantial amount of houses in Florida are made of wood. But given after
Like furniture
some
is because pine furniture.
whatever
is
fucking year it was, there's a certain
issue.
standard we have to do the whole thing. Yeah, we don't do so I don't know about pine furniture. I guess a lot of people do pine for furniture, but it's not like a desirable wood. You know what I mean? It's just pressed wood. Versus like a mahogany, for example,
So yeah, it's
is
also
a fancy ass desk, right? Oaks are fancy.
Oak is the most used. Yeah, oak's the most used. Pine is a softwood. It's just more economical, so it's grown and sustainable. And
it grows faster than oak. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why it's sustainable.
Hardwood. So pine is the only softwood that's often used for things for like base construction, but hardwoods are often used because they're more durable in other things such as flooring, siding, and or furniture production. Like ash apparently is very often used for furniture because it's durable.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to
the reason we use fucking cedar as siding is because it has a natural fucking secretes some kind of natural bug repellent. Yeah, I don't remember what the fucking word is, but yeah. Bugs don't like it. Termites don't eat it.
The best for most construction for bases because it's cheap.
Yeah, so the first floor of most houses is made of pine, but it's also cheap, so a lot of second floors in houses get made of pine as well.
Availability, versatility, and
I will tell you, my house that was built in the 80s, I know because I had to rip the fucking siding off because the siding rotted. The first floor is stone, and the second floor is oak. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, it's because you live in Florida.
Just what it was built as.
Well, it's because you live in Florida too. Oak's also
they have to build it with a high wind resistance.
Yeah, they could have used stronger wood because of the hurricanes. That would be my assumption.
Since it's softwood, yeah, it's for flooding purposes. This is your stone foundation is to keep it so that the ground doesn't eat your house, and then the above it oak
doesn't really stop it when it wants to eat it, though. I'll tell you.
That's fair. Like erosion's not gonna stop it, but
we had a fucking checkers get eaten by a sinkhole not that long ago. Like it just opened up in the driveway and swallowed the restaurant.
Yeah, but the idea was because there's a lot of the southern constructions do this is you're supposed to dig X amount down, fill it with stone and rubble, and then you put like a stone layer below it. It's kind of like where we do it now in the north is they just kind of cement layer it and brick it, but like
you have a frost layer. You know what I mean? You're
correct. Yeah.
Every year a certain depth of your that's why your water meters are in your basement.
Yeah, but
if they were in the fucking yard, they would freeze and your water lines would freeze, and they still often do freeze, even though they're fucking
some of them
3 feet underground,
depending on where you're at. Yeah, but for the south, they probably use that because in the oak's a hardwood, so it stains better.
Yeah, that's why it gets used for a lot of. Yeah, I would say it gets used for flooring.
Apparently, it's like one of the biggest for flooring. Yeah.
Yeah, most of your like pretty hardwood floors.
Furniture, anyway. Flooring, and cabinets, apparently, because it's also it has a certain decay resistance. I guess that's good to know.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's easy to take resin, so it makes it the easiest to stop like water expansion.
Yeah.
When they soak in and they swell up.
Really good for cheap shit, I guess, and then oak and harder wood's better for more durable shit. But apparently,
pine trees also grow substantially faster. That's the other reason.
They usually grow like weeds. They're all over the place.
You know, whereas it might take 50 years for you to grow a quality like cuttable with the right kind of width oak tree, it would take 25-ish. To make that same size in a pine tree. That's the plus side to that.
Mm-hmm. Longleaf pines first mature around 5 to 10 years. Yeah, fuck.
That's the end of our
tree talk.
Halftime.
Trees. Man. Yeah. Watch out for your trees. They're important.
We went from balers to tractors to trucks to trees.
I don't know. Listen, you want my opinion? Get you a nail. It's about 5 to 6 inches long, and slam it into the base of every tree you have. Fuck
what
mass? Because fuck mass deforestation. That's why.
Make it harder to cut it down.
Yeah. As soon as that saw hits it, it goes and just stops. and very often will snatch the blade off that saw.
Well, Yeah, snatch a whole bar out.
I've seen it happen. Yeah. My brother-in-law has run a tree service for fucking 15 years.
Didn't he just get hurt?
Yeah, he didn't they ended up doing the scans again, and apparently that was a pre-existing injury. He had caused a spine injury at some point. So this probably exacerbated it.
Oh, that's always fun.
And it was just like he wasn't paralyzed, but they had him in like a fucking neck brace and a bunch of other shit to stop him from moving. Because they thought he had paralyzed himself. Because when he got hit, he just went limp. It had knocked him unconscious in this fucking, because he wears like this fucking sling thing and gets held up in the air, and he has boots that like dig into the side of a tree. Yeah, he's got his harness. Yeah.
Ouch.
Anyways, but he's hurt still. Obviously, dude's got a bruise that's like 16 inches across on his back. That's almost a perfect circle, and it's fucking hilarious to look at. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's not exactly nice to get caught up by the fucking harness.
No, that's where the wood smacked him in the back. It's a fucking circle. It just smacked him in the back, but it hit him.
Fucking hit.
Yeah, he got hit by a piece of wood. Because he had cut it loose, and then one of the branches that he was like supporting it with, like they throw a rope up so they can lower it down. The branch that he had it supported with, when that weight snatched tight, it broke, caught the branch underneath it, and then swung it right into his back.
Yoch.
But he's got all this fucking shit on him. I don't know. He carries he's got a little fucking. It's kind of like tree climbing gear is like the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's very similar to like rappelling gear in that it's like a crotch harness. And then like you have a bunch of clamps and shit on it to have all of your shit hanging off of you while you climb. So it's like held out of your way, but still within reachable. I don't know. This is a whole fucking side story. It doesn't matter. Luckily, when it got knocked out of his hand, when he got knocked unconscious, the chainsaw, when he let go of the throttle, when it let go of him, it just stops the blade. It doesn't let it spin, and when it my sister was freaking out because the saw hit him in the leg, and she thought it fucking cut into him too. It was that whole ass different thing. Anyway, fucking another story.
Yes. Anyways, back on track.
Yeah. It's dark. It's foggy. You got dead people around. You hear the moaning. You did light a torch, so you have 30 feet of vision. Where would you like to move next? I know your end goal is the gold spires. But
yeah, I think
you're currently moving towards that kind of outlet inlet past the bridge district.
Yeah,
the one pointing down into the river, not outward into the western
kinda,
docks.
Or at least what my plan or thought process is we're gonna kind of just hug the shoreline here, checking for them as we move around here, and it's probably gonna be our safest way to the Gold Spire anyway, is hugging this towards at least till that little outcropping, and then cut across and over.
Okay.
If you see what I mean, Adam.
Yeah, I see what you're talking.
Yeah, right as we get to that bridge of that outcropping, I mean, we'll check for the boat on the little island, and then we'll cut it back down and like up to where it starts going out on that second outlet there, and
towards the western docks. I got you.
Yeah, we'll just cut straight across that.
The fire on the other side of the river at the southern docks is seeming to subside a little bit, like it's starting to dim down. So any of that like distant glow that you had is starting to fade away.
Okay.
Let me have you guys make your group survival check.
Okay. And finally, god damn it, 21.
17.
I'm sorry, did you not hear me?
I did not.
No, we did not, bud. You did,
25.
man. You
Okay.
did.
Shit. Yeah, I don't have the
I'm
numbers
just
pulled
not
up. That's
hitting
why
the
I'm
right
asking.
push to
Sorry.
talk.
That's okay.
Okay, got you.
So shit. What were I'm sorry. 25, and then what were the other ones?
Yeah, nat 20, 25.
Nice.
Oh shit. Hell yeah.
I had a
21
17.
for me.
17 and 21. Okay, yeah. So everybody made good successes. Okay. You
How am
guys.
I gonna have the biggest bonus in roll the less?
It's often that's the case. You make your way down that pretty well walked pathway. There is mud. There is the cobblestones are fairly slick with the kind of mist that's hanging in the air. As you get out towards that that bridge that connects that outcropping of land and the bridge district. On the other end of the bridge, you do see the faint glow of what you believe to be a torch. It is on the opposite side of the island that you were previously looking at. So you would, like, previously from the bridge district, you would have been staring at what is now your character's left side of the island. That light aglow, or is aglow on the right side of the island. And you can kind of see the outshaping, or not outshaping, but you can kind of see the outline or shape of the like end of buildings. Like whatever this is almost tucked behind buildings.
Off that way we go.
Okay. Do you run, or do you just continue to walk at your
I'd
normal
say we
speeds?
probably continue to walk our normal speeds
Okay.
because we don't
Yeah,
know
a little
what's in front of us.
cautious. Normal speed, just being cautious.
Okay. As you get closer and closer, the light does begin to kind of consolidate around that area, but the kind of like glow that is spread into the mist is what I'm trying to say, consolidates into that area. So as you get closer and closer, the light seems to not necessarily shrink, but like the glow of it, you're entering it, so the glow appears to be getting smaller and smaller. The As you manage to make it to the island, you've crossed the small bridge, which isn't that long. It's the fucking couple of steps. There's no one around you. The fucking the kind of groaning and growling that you were hearing closer to the city is much more distant and almost faded now. And it's kind of faded. It's faded into the sound of the water flowing by and smacking against the rocks and things like that. Again, this is pretty active water. But you do manage to make it across this bridge. You make it over to that small little L-shaped building where the light is emanating from. And just behind that building, you see kind of huddled up together Sherry and Asher. And then standing pretty close to them with his weapon out, with his longsword, the Frost brand, I think it was the one you guys gave him. He's standing
also,
it,
you should have
wielding
a
it.
staff in your thing. Did we add that to his thing?
I didn't. Yeah, so you guys will have to add it to it, or to tell him what it is. I don't remember what the fucking name of it is. The staff of something.
I've got it.
Rod of healing or staff of healing or
And
something.
a rod of healing.
Rod of healing. Yeah, you picked that up. Stuff we stole from Duggar.
Yeah.
So in your inventory, Lee, you should have a rod of healing. You might need to add it though, because I didn't add it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot I meant to add it. I just forgot who was getting what parts.
Until just now.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something about
the
it.
Sword.
I love the progression of that. In your inventory, you might have.
You might have.
not. I don't think it's there. I forgot. You know what?
He admitted it.
Out of my hands, bud. I think it was after you had fallen asleep is when they had like found these objects and decided to divvy them out that way.
I was not selfish.
So how do I add a where is a rod of healing? Is it just an already in there item?
I believe it's just a physical item. Let me check the website. Give me one.
I can figure it out real quick. Manage inventory.
Collections,
Items,
campaign.
Rod of healing, right?
Yeah.
Is it rod of healing or staff of healing? I think it's staff of healing.
It might be a staff of healing, and I flavored it like
under
rod.
rods.
Let me type it's healing something.
Man, looking at all these rods and staffs, kind of weird.
It'd be like that
No,
sometimes.
thought you were right at home with your, throwing around bruised football game. Just trying to help you
It
out.
is a staff of healing. Sorry.
Staff of healing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
It is a
where-
staff of
not
healing.
in there.
It's because it's in the new Dungeon Master's Guide, and for some reason it won't let me share the new Dungeon Master's Guide with you guys. Let me see if I can add it to your character.
do I have to make one in that case?
No, I'm gonna
He's
see
gonna
if
see
I
if he
can
can
add
add
it right
into it
now.
properly for you.
Give me
But
1 sec. It might pop up for me because it's on my book list. But even though I share my books with you guys, for some reason, it won't let me share it. For I don't know, whatever reason. It's above my pay grade. I don't know.
Yeah.
Manage inventory, add item. Healing, add to equipment. And then you would have attuned to it. Okay, there you go. Now it should be attached to your character. You might just need to refresh your page.
Yep, it's there.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
There
we go.
So yeah, it has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one or more of these charges to cast one of the following spells. Using your spell save DC and spellcasting ability modifier, you have Cure Wounds is 1 charge, up to 4th level. Lesser Restoration is 2 charges, or Mass Cure Wounds is 5 charges. Staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff vanishes in a flash of light, disappearing forever.
Got it.
Um,
I mean, I don't, but it's there forever.
Yeah.
Now you have it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Nice. Okay. So you can choose to use it, not to use it. It was just I rolled up. I literally Googled best cleric items, and then went down the list of best cleric items. That's pretty cool, and went with that.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's a nifty deal. It also, you can use it for damage too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it functions like a bow staff for a monk essentially.
Nice.
You get it as a cleric.
Okay. Yeah. I'll probably check it out. I mean,
You
does
also
anybody need
have a Hellfire
anything?
Mace. No, I don't think it needs any. Do you guys need healing?
No,
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna
You
say,
healed
I
us.
just-
You healed us fully at the end of the last encounter.
Yeah.
it just popped the healing spell, but yeah, no, that's a nice item.
No, I was just making sure to remember to get it because, as soon as he said the sword, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. We fucking gave you a whole ass item we forgot about. But no, yeah, it's to make sure you know it's there.
So let me see. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, so I was trying to remember where we were. Sorry, you guys have
All the
you've walked up. You're within his 30 feet of range. You're within his. He's within your 30 feet of range. So he had heard you coming and was a little offensive. So he had the Frostbrand Greatsword, obviously drawn and ready to hit something. So when you guys came around the corner and he realized it was you, he kind of calms down. And Asher and Sherry jump up and hug Ty. And they're both soaked to the fucking bone, and so's the Goliath. And there is no boat.
God damn.
They are freezing. It is cold as shit. Temperature dropping rapidly. Keep in mind, this is I think time-wise, roughly because you did your little 2-month stint in jail there.
Yeah.
It would be February, the equivalent of February.
Got you.
So it's a little chilly in a coastal city. That would be rough.
A little bit, yeah. Shit.
Cast a fireball at him.
What a way to warm them up.
Right.
So they are freezing cold, and then, like I said, Sherry and Ty get up and hug. I'm sorry, Sherry and Asher get up and hug Ty. And they kind of they give you the whole like we were worried you weren't going to make it. And even Ruse is like we were fixing to leave because we thought you weren't going to get here.
It took us a minute.
You guys
Ty's
did land a
fault.
little farther than we thought.
Are we still going to the Gold Spire? Did you see what happened?
Yeah, but it's there, the middle of the city, where the
Yeah,
council.
we were on the bridge when it happened.
He's gonna look at the two that are kind of huddled up together and trying to stay warm off of a torch. And he's gonna look at you guys and go, "I'm sorry I wasn't with you, but they needed protecting."
No, I'd rather you stayed here.
Yeah, no, you were where you needed to be. It's fine.
So he takes
Made it
his
one way or another.
he takes his sword and sheaths it, and it immediately gets like 5 degrees warmer around you guys.
God. What the hell? Right.
Maybe next time, keep the sword sheathed. Seems a little warmer now.
Yeah, whenever you're damn well.
It was until I heard the noise of you coming, and then I saw the light, and I wasn't sure what was heading this way.
That's fair.
But they tell you that their boat had flipped over in waves. They couldn't kind of control it. They got into a little rough spot, and their boat flipped over, and he managed to drag them to shore because he's much bigger. He just kind of grabbed them and swam the best he could, and that's why they ended up here rather than further up the river where they had planned to land.
That makes sense. You weren't exactly where you were trying to look for you.
But obviously they're glad that you guys are all, kind of back together. Now that you have them, you stand on that island. Where or what are you doing next? Where are you going, or what are you doing? You're going to try and hunker down for the night? Are you going to attempt to push on to the council building to try and get to Bernard's armor? Are you going to just fucking W key it straight to the Gold Spires? What is your plan?
Well, we know
is there a plan?
Yeah, we know that the guards pulled back to a certain the inner wall,
the center
right?
of the town. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's where we were heading to drop off the kids, and then
before we went to the Gold Spire. But I think it'd be a safe bet to get into one of these homes, hunker down till daylight, let them get dry.
I mean, for now we can rest, sure.
It'd make it easier for us to move in daytime.
Yeah, but I mean, the longer we wait, the more undead get to move around. It's the biggest issue.
That's true.
I would say we definitely need to get somewhere safe, but I think if we can find the other guards, maybe we can find where safe actually is.
So the information they were giving was not inner walls; it was the outer walls of the city. That they were camping out on the outer walls of the city. There is an inner wall in the city. If you look at the map, if you look at where the bridge is, and you go straight, like literally a straight line from the bridge, there is an inner wall to the city, but it is not in any way the direction you are trying to go.
Yeah, it's on the other side. That's where I thought they were, or that's what I thought.
Well, I mean, then there would be a good chance there would be some guards between us and the Gold Spire anyway.
Yeah.
At the very least, on top of the wall. Yeah, that would be the hope.
Yeah. Why don't we head there?
Yeah, go that way.
Because there is.
Isn't that where the council building is?
The council building is on that main curved road. If you come up that bridge again and you go to the first intersection where there's like a little square, you go to the left and follow that curved road all the way up. The council building is the one with the spire on the right side, like almost the last building on the right side before you leave Alamander's Gate or Alondamer's Gate.
Okay, let me go there. So Oh, okay, so it's not where I thought. I thought it was in that little area for some reason. Okay.
No, yeah, the council building is that kind of almost square one with the round, with the kind of triangles that are in a circle on the top.
Yeah.
That's the council building.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
And then on the left
Um,
side of that square is the arena that you fight in, where your armor would be.
So we head to the right where the big gate is, or where the big thing is, and then we'll drop the kids off, and then we'll head to the council building, and then from the council building we can head to the gold spires if we need to. Like
All right.
zigzag. Since we're gonna stop anyways, we might as well try and actually stop somewhere safe with other people versus.
Who
by
are you
ourselves.
trying to drop off?
The Sherry and the kid, technically at the moment, because Nick's not here.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's not here, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that you're trying to get rid of one of the characters. I was like, oh, who are
Sherry.
you trying?
Yeah, Sherry specifically. Sherry specifically.
Actually, we're trying to completely delete Nick from this campaign.
Not completely. When he comes back, he can say, "Hey, I'm coming with you." Like there ain't nothing problem with that. Like he's a kid. I don't expect him to listen. It's also Nick. I definitely don't expect him to listen.
That is a fair point.
Like I'm just stating that we'd probably want to leave Sherry not in the middle of a giant fucking zombie horde.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair plan. You just have to get over there.
Yeah.
You also, I do want to say, you also brought her out of a prison where there was like one dead guy.
Yeah, but like
into a zombie horde that you then pushed her across a river in the dark of night, where she nearly froze to death.
But that doesn't count.
But now you're trying to get rid of her and get her to safety, rather than the relative safety of having her inside of the prison walls or on top of the prison walls.
Yeah. Again,
I just want to make sure that is the
doesn't count. Okay, we're trying to protect her. That was in retrospect maybe a bad move.
I'm gonna say she's gonna stand up all kind of hoity-toity and go, as I just said, who are you trying to get rid of?
You specifically.
And why is that? You don't think I can hold my own? Like I didn't just do all of this? And she's gonna list all the things that I just said.
I think that if nobody was with you, you would have been dead. Specifically. Long before any of this even started.
And if nobody was with you, you might be dead too.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to trip you.
Who are you tripping?
No, you.
Oh, me?
Sherry.
That's rough. All right, the pretty barmaid falls.
I was just saying it as an expression.
Oh, a verbal expression of I'd like to trip you. Okay. Damn, how do you respond to that though?
With the understanding that she's getting in the way.
And that is your Athkatla protected right, and she's gonna go back to her conversation.
Athkatla protected right.
She hit you with the I wish a fucker would.
All right. Well, look. If you die, again, might I add, that's on you.
And her brother's gonna look at her, and he's gonna go, they might be right. It might be time for you to get to some sort of safety. Like you've gone through all these ordeals, but it doesn't mean you have to keep going through them. And she's gonna say, no, you're my younger brother. I'm gonna stay with you as long as I can. If I can protect you in any way, if I can throw myself in front of something to make sure that you survive, that's what I'm gonna do. And he's gonna come back with you don't have to do that. Like I'm grown, blah blah blah. Yeah, there's this back and forth, a familial back and forth. Are you guys hunkering down for the night so I don't have to keep going with this?
No, apparently the answer was
apparently we're heading towards the fucking council building because she wants to fucking die. But all right,
you don't have to go right now. She's just saying that she's not getting dumped off somewhere after just escaping prison.
Yeah, that's on her. She wants to die.
Okay, are you going right now or are you going in the morning?
Like we're gonna hunker down in the council building.
Okay, I didn't know if you were hunkering down in one of the buildings near you on the island, or if you're going. Okay, you're going to the council. So you need to go back into the horde.
Yeah, we got to go back into the horde to get to the where we're going.
Okay.
The whole reason we were making a detour is because he might die for us doing stupid shit.
Okay. If that's the case, whoever is going to lead, I need your survival check to get to where you're trying to go.
I'll do it.
Yes, it's high knows the city. Fucking get at it, rogue boy.
13.
Okay, with the 13, you know you're in the Western Docks, and you know the position of the Gold Spire. You can make a rough estimate, guesstimate, whatever you want to call it, of where you think the council building will be. So you can guide the group to the best of your abilities back to the main thoroughfare, the main kind of
Road.
yeah, I was gonna say avenue, but road, yeah, of like avenue of transit. This is where most of the trade and whatnot comes through the town. They travel along this road. Right now, this road is incredibly filled with dead people. Walking again towards the Gold Spire. They're all heading towards Alondimer's Gate. It would appear they're heading past the council building. If they were following this road specifically, you know that this road goes to Alondimer's Gate.
Okay.
So you've made it back up to that main thoroughfare, that curved road that goes right in between the council building and the arena. Where if you were in the Bridge District, I'm gonna say if you come off of the long bridge and go left, and you see that small building, looks like it has like almost a gate around it or something, like a fence line around it or something. It has a number on top. Just to the left of that, there's kind of a sideways L-shaped building. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, right above that standalone building in the middle of the square is about where you guys are at. I want to say it's building number 41. I think that's what that number says.
Zoom in.
It is building 41. So building 41 is the Old Coin Bank.
Gotcha. So I find a bank.
You're near a
I can't
bank.
read the numbers. There it is, 41. Okay.
Yeah.
At least close enough, I think.
Yeah, the one that
Yeah,
I
it's
have
pretty
is like very, very high resolution. I'm like 100% is like that area, that block. Like maybe 3 or 4 city blocks is 100% zoom. I'm normally have it at 24 to get the whole thing. So I don't know if I can drop mine in the Discord or something. I don't know. I'll have to
feel like
figure
I
out.
just need to download it itself.
That may be it. It may just be that you're looking at the online version. The online version is like a clip of it. It's not the actual full photo.
Yeah.
But it's a very detailed photo. Like it's fucking down into the area. I can see trees, dog.
Trees.
At 200%, I start to get a little bit of blur.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
I see where we're
back
at. Yeah.
towards There. Okay.
We're
so
on the
then-
main. We see the main thoroughfare. I
Correct,
think
yeah.
if we're going to do it, we could take the bank for the night, if we can get in. We wanted to take a rest.
It would probably be a safe spot. We know the doors are going to have locks.
You want to do it once around the bank and see if you can, because the people are walking around both sides. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
to see if we
like
can get in.
would you, being not from this district, Ty specifically, because he's the only one currently here that's a fucking citizen, would you have experience in the richer, nicer banks, or would your monetary experience be towards like the poorer side of the city?
My monetary experience is probably towards the poorer side of the city, but I did work for Duggar.
Do you think he would have trusted you to deliver money to his bank?
I don't know.
It's your call.
How, I
do
don't
you
know.
do you
How
think?
long did I work for it?
How old is your character?
I don't know.
I think we said like 23 or something. I don't remember.
It's early 20s.
Probably 23, 24.
Okay. A few years.
Yeah.
And you've worked for him long enough for him to count on you to kill somebody in favor of another kind of like thief lord.
Yeah. It's possible that he might have had me drop stuff off there. Maybe once. So I wouldn't be very familiar with it.
Okay.
Probably walked in the door, dropped it off with a note, and walked out.
Okay, yeah, we can go with that. So you would at least know where the door is on the building. The door
Yeah,
is
I mean-
on the opposite side of the building you're currently on, which is like you're on the Bridge District side of this building.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of the building, main thoroughfare side, is where the door is. You would have to get into the crowd, follow it with its forward momentum, get to the other side of the building to ascertain whether or not you can get into this building through the door. Is that what you're planning to do? And then if so, if the answer is yes, how are you going to alert that to the rest of your party that you can get inside without making noise?
The important question.
1-story or 2-story bank?
It's pretty big. We'll say 3-story.
3-story?
Yeah, big bank.
windows?
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bank. I'm sure it's got windows.
Okay.
Obviously not like the vault side of the building, but I'm sure they have to let light in somehow.
I figure like one of the upper floors might have windows out facing out the back.
Sure. Are you gonna break a window?
No, I'm gonna light a torch standing at the window.
Oh, you can do that. For your signal. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because then I
100%
can signal that it's open. The problem is we have 3 people not covered in viscera.
Yeah, we'd have to.
Correct.
Get them,
I didn't think about that.
we'd have to get them covered.
I'm glad you said something.
Fuck me. I should have shut my mouth.
I didn't even think about it. I'm glad that you brought it up. I appreciate your integrity.
Got dead bodies we just killed. I mean,
Well, they're
assuming,
a ways back. You would have had to go back to get to them.
Yeah.
I might be able to
I was just say
straggler.
you might be able to walk up and pick up a couple of stragglers. Make me the 3 of you who are covered in viscera, make me survival checks. So each one of you can get 1 body. If you succeed. If not, you fuck up.
12.
11. God damn it.
All right, Lee.
17.
Hey, it's better than
Lee managed to distract a singular undead, and he separates from the crowd, and Lee manages to bludgeon his head into strawberry jelly.
Yeah. Paints it
One
over his
person
fucking child.
can be covered by this viscera. I just want to clarify that the Goliath is 2 people.
We wouldn't have had enough in the first place.
He's 2 people in size.
Yeah. Simba's his fucking child.
Cover the kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asher is now covered in, the 16-year-old-ish is now covered in viscera. He is very reluctant to allow you to smear that shit on him. I just want to clarify that.
So I'll say this to the party. I guess while I attempt to see if we can even get in the building, try to get them, the other 2, covered. I mean, that'll buy some time to see if maybe that's a big group. I mean, buy some time. Maybe you can get a couple more down the line. I don't know. Maybe push one off in the process of getting in the crowd.
Asher looks at that window, reaches up and grabs Sherry, and disappears into a puff of purple light.
This motherfucker can teleport.
Motherfucker.
And they appear in the window.
Bernard
flip him off.
flips the kid off. Yeah. Yeah.
He lights a
You do this
torch.
the entire time.
He lights a torch.
That motherfucker's got dark vision. He can see me flipping him off.
It's Misty Step. He can only travel, or Shadow Step. He can
Yeah.
only travel 30
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right, I
fucking
guess
open the
work on-
door or open the
work on
fucking
getting
window.
The big motherfucker covered in guts. I wish he'd
Yeah.
said something in the first place, but he used the.
Yeah,
first
we cover him
one.
in guts and then he takes off. What a dick.
Yeah.
I told you he was really reluctant to do it, and I also wanted to be like Nick would be. So
It's
Yeah.
exactly how Nick would do it too.
he grabs his sister and just teleports away.
A shadow step. Yeah.
I know. What a dick move. All right. Well, we gotta go find the thing for the big guy so we can get in. But hopefully, the kid knows he can fucking go open the door for us.
We hope.
Maybe.
I'm going to make my way towards the bank building.
Okay, you're gonna start
my-
filtering into the crowd.
Deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my plan here is I'm going to hug that all the way around the building to the front door.
Okay, yeah. So make me a survival check. Also, who's gonna attempt to cover the Goliath?
I guess me and the
Yule.
halfling are.
Yeah.
Yule.
Fuck.
No, I forgot that.
What is it, buddy? What'd you get?
That one.
God damn.
Love
son.
that. Ooh.
Can't roll to save our life today.
No,
Literally.
it's because I rolled 6 nat 20s last week.
Roll me 6d6.
I don't like that.
Mm.
66. 24 total.
Okay. You
I'm
manage
gonna take
to lose your footing in the crowd. They knock you over, and you are trampled for 24 damage.
I can't even uncanny dodge that. It's not an attack. Fuck.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not an attack. It's
It's
literally just trample. You get
See-
I'm not
fucked.
down.
The
I'm not down.
no, but you are prone.
Yeah.
And there's more coming, so we can see how that goes.
Yeah.
Lee and Bernard, how are you covering? Yule and Bernard, how are you covering Ruse in
So
this?
we're gonna
How
have
are you
to-
going to get the big man into the bank? It is the question.
Yeah. Well, honestly, Bernard's gonna try and pantomime to the fucking dickhead kid to see if he can open the window and maybe throw something down. It is a bank, so
Can you show me what that
the
looks like?
likelihood of hey, you throw something down, please.
Okay, make me a performance check.
Oh,
then
hey, I'm
remember
good at those.
And then remember, he's going to do this like Nick would.
15.
The 15, you give a moving rendition of throw it on the ground.
Throw it on the ground.
Literally throws himself down on the ground.
Yeah, he throws himself out the fucking window.
In true Nick fashion.
Hang on, I gotta look at what his modifier is. This might be really funny. Hold on. He looks at you, but Sherry's holding a torch. He goes,
Yeah. Fucking Nick.
He's not even here and he's fucking us.
he told me to make sure this was annoying, guys, just so you know.
Oh, I know he did.
Bernard's gonna once again flip him the bird, and stomp off to try and drag some undead over real quick.
Okay. Make me a survival check.
Come on, don't be. a
Is he
dick
watching
roll.
me get
21.
trampled?
Who?
No, I don't know you're getting trampled. That's right. That's your
I
own
mean,
problem.
you faded into the crowd and
Okay.
Yeah.
continue to move on. Once you reach beyond his visual range, once you're beyond that 30 feet, brother, you're in the dark. You can't see shit.
Awesome.
Yep. Oh, we got to do something else too. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, Ben?
Oh, son of a... No.
No.
16.
you can stifle the noise a little bit, but what noise do you think you would make by being stepped on by 6 people that does 24 damage?
Probably
Like that.
grunting.
Okay.
I'm biting my lips closed.
Sure. That's fair. You would definitely be trying to stifle the noise in whatever way you could. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, what was your survival check? 21?
21.
Yeah, well, so with a 21, you can easily fucking distract 2 of them that'll come out of the crowd. You know, show them a little leg or whatever else. You know, gladiators were whores. What else do you want?
Yeah. The oldest profession.
Which, by the way, did you see that they are allowing people to engage in gladiatorial combat in the arena in Rome?
Oh, finally?
Yeah.
I know they've been trying to do shit
I
like
am-
that forever, but Rome was like blocking anybody from even going in.
I cannot stress this enough. I
How
need
bad
to
of an
do
idea this
this
is.
before I die. But
Okay.
this is a no holds barred. You're giving me a bronze short sword. The other guy's getting a bronze short sword. We get bronze armor, and this is a fight to the death. Yeah.
Look,
I
if
cannot
ever-
stress this enough. If you give me a wooden training sword, I'll impale somebody on it.
Look, if I ever get a mortal prognosis, and that includes dementia, I will go with you.
Okay.
Put me out of my misery.
Fair, I guess.
Yeah,
I was just saying it
yeah.
sounds cool, and I think it would be great, but I want a legal protection.
Well, yeah, obviously.
In my process of doing this, I'm pretty sure I could convince somebody else to sign away their rights to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
I
There's
don't think
somebody
it
out
would be
there.
that complicated for me to be able to convince somebody else.
Somebody off online.
Sure, yeah, and then challenge them to a gladiator duel in the
Yeah,
middle
you
of
know,
the
Do a gladiator duel to the death, and you get some like 4'2" nerd who hasn't left his table and or left his
Straight up
desk
look
in
at him.
2
Be like,
Sure.
"You won't do it. You're scared.
You want
Um,
pussy?
Bitch made."
Anyway, what were we saying before that? Oh, so you managed to get 2 of
yeah.
them to separate. You managed to fucking crush their heads in. Big guy covers himself in blood and guts, and you can attempt to make a collective survival check. You, Yule, and Ruse. I need to see Ruse's stats because one of you's gonna have to roll for him.
I'll roll for him. Just tell me the stat.
I figure his dad should probably roll for him.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Ah.
You mean his owner?
Well, you know, tomato,
However
tomato.
that works in Halfling
Southern
society.
and northern, it's just tradition. Anyway, can I have? Oh, so Lee, his Ruses is a +0. So if you have anything, it's +0. Just roll that.
Yeah, there we go. Nat 20.
Oh shit.
Lucky is what it is. And then I need a survival check from you as well, for Yule.
Yeah, 12.
Well, I'd say there goes the luck. It went and then
Welcome to the party, buddy.
Okay. That's not great.
I got a 22.
It's
I got
okay.
a 22.
It's okay. So collectively, you made enough.
Yeah.
16 is what we were looking for. That was your going to be your suggested DC here, but you average it better than a 16, so you're fine. That being the case, you all managed to make it about halfway into the crowd, about halfway the distance between you and the other end of the bank where Ty told you the door was. And on the ground, you notice in your torchlight, Ty in the fetal position, being stepped on.
Bernard's gonna try and like inch over and lift him up as he's walking.
Do you accept this assistance?
Yes.
Okay. So you managed to get him
he
up.
was
I'm
gonna
not
step
going to
on
make
you.
you roll for it. You
Yeah,
managed
it's
to.
like if you didn't, I was gonna step on you.
That would have killed me. Because I'm currently pretty bloody. I'm in rough shape.
Fine.
Um,
It just adds to your disguise. You're fine.
that's fair. That's fair. It is just better camouflage if you think about it. You can make me another survival check, Ben.
I'm scared to do so.
You're looking for better than a 16, dog. See what you can make.
Yeah.
A 12.
Okay. Now you do not average higher than a 16.
God damn it, Ben.
Listen, the original roll was a 5.
Uh, well, make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
Me?
Yes. I also need, because this was from earlier, I need, we'll say it's been about an hour.
One for a goose egg 0.
Love that. Let's say it's been about an hour since the last time you were bit. Make me a Constitution saving throw. You had one success. Or no, sorry, you had one failure and one success.
One failure. 22.
Wait, okay, 2 successes and 1 failure. Okay. With your 0 con
0.
save,
By the way, the other one was a 16, and I'm a little fucking upset about this.
rough, man. It'd be
Rough.
like that sometimes. It would end up being a 15, but still, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
When you get
So what, I
picked
had
up off
one-
the ground, you notice that when you take your first step, your ankle is twisted. So you're gonna let out a little bit of a ouch or a yelp or a fuck or whatever you want to say. You can choose. It's 100% your choice, but some noise is going to
100%
leave your.
be a under my breath fuck.
Yeah,
It's loud enough. I guess.
it's loud enough for things around you to hear you. So I guess the question after that is can I have you all roll initiative?
Fucking yes.
And somebody has to roll ruses too, and it's +2, and he gets advantage on initiative.
15.
Okay, and then somebody roll something that has a +2 at advantage for me.
Gotcha. Give me a second. I got it. 9.
Not great. Okay. This is going to be a little interesting. So we have to go in a certain order. So it's gonna be Ty, Bernard, Ruse, and then Yule. That's our initiative order. Lee, you can use just play as Bernard, or I'm sorry, play as Ruse too. However you think that your son figure would protect you, Yule. Just try and play him like that for right now. I need to roll for the horde. Okay. Ty, what are you going to do in the next 6 seconds?
In the next 6 seconds.
Yep.
And
With
what
your
against-
with your 0, your noise that you made, you have. I'm gonna give you that 1 point of exhaustion effect like he had earlier, so it's -2 to all your rolls, and then your movement
Okay.
speed is downed by 5.
Okay, that's fine.
If you click on conditions, and then down towards the bottom you see exhaustion. If you click on that 1, it should automatically. I'm sorry, no, you have to. I think you have to click on the word exhaustion. It'll tell you what happens. So anytime you make a d20 roll, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level. So you're only level 1, so it's 2. And then
Okay.
your speed is reduced by 5.
The next 6 seconds.
Yep. What do you do in the next 6 seconds? That is 1 turn.
There really isn't an escape route either.
You are surrounded, and there is at least 50 feet between you and the end of this building, the corner of this building, about 50 feet.
Okay. And I'm gonna take a tax of opportunity on everything I do.
Maybe. You don't know how I'm going to run this.
Which, if my movement speed is down by 5, I only have 50 foot of movement with dash.
Yeah, and then you bonus action if you want to step of the wind dash, whatever it is, bonus action dash. You can 75. You can pull 75 feet, but then you leave everybody behind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna fucking guess sling daggers at the closest one to me.
Okay.
Have
So
they-
your
have they-
your
actually,
choice
let me
your choice
rephrase
is to
that.
stand and fight.
Yes.
Okay. What is Bernard doing in the next 6 seconds?
Bernard is
You can
going
you
to-
can see that it appears that Ty is bracing for a fight.
Got you. Bernard is going to turn into a bear.
Okay.
And the intention of picking Ty up and rushing into the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Lee, what are Ruse and Yule doing in the next 6 seconds? 6 seconds.
You'll cast some Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Because, I mean, there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff going on everywhere. And Ruse, I don't know, he's drooling.
Drooling. Like a 6 second, like one singular drool
6
is
second
dripping out of
drool.
his mouth. We talking
Yeah,
like bull
Like,
mastiff.
we're creating late Ruse right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Lake Ruse.
It's more like a bog, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a stench to it for sure.
Rue March.
So your plan is to stand and fight. I just want to clarify.
100%.
No.
All right. This is a horde of zombies. Innumerable, by the way. I'm not rolling hit points for all these fuckers. I'm just gonna multiply it by fucking 100.
No. I have 3.
Sucks to fucking suck, dog. You decided to stay.
Listen. I didn't want to leave everybody else.
By the way, Adam, how long ago did you buy me these dice?
Like 2 years ago now?
The D20 just died.
Oh shit.
Just now died.
Hell yeah.
Let's see, hold on. Everything but the D20 is still running.
Yeah. It's because it's the biggest one.
That's the one I roll the most too. So the stand and fight is a bold move, guys. I really didn't think you were to take this option.
I'm not standing and fighting. I'm running.
Your intention
these
is
two
to get
motherfuckers.
somebody who is prepared to fight. So the question then becomes, is he going to allow you to pick him up?
I don't think I really get
fucking
much
bear.
Of a
He
choice. I'm a
doesn't
pretty
have a
small guy,
choice.
comparatively. And
I'm a-
probably would accept it. I'm pretty
You
fucked up.
you can still, because he is in the same size category as you, you have to choose, and if you choose to not, you can roll against his athletics.
I would say with me being pretty fucked up, I'd probably let him.
Fucking bear.
Okay. If that's
But
the
I will
case,
throw daggers from that fucker's back, though.
sure, that's fine. You can do that. If that's the case, knowing that that's the plan, Yule, and kind of seeing one transform into a bear, the other one seems to be being prepared for the fight, but the bear is turning towards the one who just fell and kind of yelped.
I mean, I'm already.
Do
casting
you-
Spirit Guardians?
Right,
He's
but it
defensive, that's
travels with you, right? Didn't we go over this before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Spirit
So-
Guardians travels with me, but how surrounded are we? How close are they?
Well, I mean, you're surrounded by them. They're within reaching distance of you now. I'm just trying to figure out what everybody's turn is going to be.
Well, I
Because
mean,
instead of
the
doing it one turn at a time, you're all taking separate turns simultaneously. Like how combat would actually work. You're all doing things in the same 6 second period, right?
Okay, so the moment Spirit
But the horde
Guardians
goes last.
through, it starts.
Right. So then that's your spell that's your 6 seconds as you're beginning to cast the spell to surround yourself. Was it 15-foot radius or is it 15-foot circle?
15-foot eminence from him, so it's 30
Yeah,
foot
no,
in general.
Okay, yeah,
30
so
foot
30,
space.
30 foot, yeah, 15-foot radius, 30-foot circle. Got you.
Correct.
Uh, that's fine. Do you think Ruse, or do you want to roll to see if Ruse is smart enough to catch that the bear is going to pick up and run with the rogue, the Hexblood?
Yeah, sure, I'll roll for it.
Okay.
I'll roll to see if he's smart enough to pick up on it.
It is a -2 to your roll.
Yes.
All right,
He's so smart.
-2. Do I have a -2? I don't, but I got this. Okay.
Yeah, just any d20 -2, you'd be fine.
15.
Okay,
Not bad.
that's not bad at all. With a 15, I would say that he has tried to protect you for long enough. Tried to like be the brunt of incoming force for you, whether that be like somebody who's disgruntled about the way you healed them, or whatever kind of healing you did. Maybe if it offended somebody for whatever reason. He's the big guy, so he tries to take the brunt of it for you.
I'm a combat cleric too. Like
Absolutely.
I go into so I mean, like he probably is accompanying me into battle. I would think.
Maybe that's 100% a possibility. I don't know. We didn't go that deep into their backstories. I will say that he's definitely seen you cast the spell you're casting, and since he went last, no shit, you went last, didn't you?
Yeah, I went last.
You do go last. Okay, you did go last. It's all within the same 6-second period, and we'll say he was in the back just for the sake of this little story. Would you allow him to scoop you up and carry you? You can still cast your spell. You can still have spirit guardians surrounding the group.
Definitely not. I love a fight.
Okay. So
was he gonna scoop me? I thought he was gonna scoop up the rogue.
the
I'm
bear
scooting up the
is
rogue,
going to
but-
scoop the rogue.
Yeah,
Ruse can
Rue's
scoop
gonna
you
pick
up and
and
run
move.
with you because he can double your movement speed.
Oh yeah, no, Ruse wants to fight too. Ruse loves to fight.
Absolutely.
He's a Goliath.
Does he want to fight a horde of undead that is hundreds, possibly thousands deep? He's not a barbarian, I want to clarify. He's a fighter. He's dumb,
Fighter.
but
Okay.
he also knows his
the-
ability.
The entire city's worth. So I was under the impression
It's a
this
lot.
was a horde of 20 or 30.
No.
it's a horde of,
No.
hundreds.
This is every
like
dead
all
body
of
in a
them.
10-mile radius of the city is now heading towards the Gold Spire.
Oh well, then I mean, I wouldn't
You're-
allow myself to be scooped up, but I would go.
Okay. I mean, you can still have your spell up, because that's what I was asking if it moves with you. You can still use
Yeah.
it to, buffer around you while you're being escorted at a higher speed than you can travel because of your size.
Yeah, that way we can get the fuck out.
That was what I was trying to get there. So Ruse will stay with you in your circle. Bernard and Ty are going to, in one turn, leave your circle. Because they're heading to the front gate because Ty is injured and only has 3 hit points.
Yeah.
So the goal there is to get the near dead one out of the fucking combat.
Or just turn the tables and kill him ourselves.
Bold move.
Listen,
It's a choice. It's a
bold move, I
choice.
hear you,
I am
but
a bear.
miss.
You never know.
It is
You might look like a snack.
choice.
You
Might look like a
miss.
snack.
What are you gonna do? You have 3 hit points.
Still gonna make it hurt.
Okay, and he has like a fucking 17 AC. He's a cleric. You better hope you can make it hurt.
It'd have to hurt a lot.
All he's got to do is hit you one time, and you're
That's right.
dead, dog.
That's fair.
Um,
He's gonna breathe on me wrong.
he's got to toll the dead of the zombie next to
I
you,
just-
and him
I just-
falling
I'm
over
just gonna
kills you.
remove- I'm just gonna remove the protection of spirit guardians on the person that I can see.
True.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you
because
just have
you
to-
can
just
you
have
can
to
choose
choose
who
not
it.
to save
Yeah, you can choose who it
That's fair,
saves.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could just exist and die.
So
Yeah, no, we'll get him somewhere we can. I don't know where we can get somewhere.
well, yeah, the plan is to get in the front of the bank and then secure the door on the bank. That
Yes.
was the initial plan.
No.
Currently, Asher, the 16-year-old, and his like 21-year-old sister, I don't remember. I think we said she was 21. Are currently inside the building because he shadow stepped them into it.
Cocksucker.
What was he going to shadow step you over his sister?
No. He could have
Should've.
just started
He
off.
he
with
has
shadow
he has
step.
2 spell slots. If he shadow steps her in and then back to you, he can't shadow step anybody else
No,
in.
but he could have told us he had shadow step and could unlock the door. We'd have just gone as a group in the first place.
Okay, but that's what you're doing now.
Yeah, well, after I'm fucked up.
That's between you and your dice, brother. I don't know what you
I
want.
know.
I don't know what you want
I
from
might
me.
start hand throwing dice.
So let me see. He cast his spirit guardians. What do your spirit guardians look like? That's a good question. I know a lot of like the rogues that get them, they like use them as their historical, the barbarians that get them, use them
Their
as like their
ancestors,
ancestors, yeah, ancestral guardians.
I figure it's got to be people that I've killed.
Okay,
Kept the spirits. That's actually pretty dope.
Well,
That's
no,
cool.
no. I mean, it more like haunted by him.
Gotcha.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's a fair thing.
I mean, he's a life domain cleric, but he's definitely killed people. He's a battle cleric, so I mean, it's
He's
kind of
definitely given and taken life.
yeah. So I mean, the whole dichotomy there. So it's like a protection spell, but also at the same time, it comes at the cost of those who haunt him.
Okay, I like that. Part of me wants to say, what if we do like a wisdom saving throw, 2 or 3 turns in to see if you can manage to steel yourself against the pain of seeing those you've either killed or lost, or maybe they're ones you couldn't save too.
It kind of fit.
I
could go with it.
Yeah, if you're cool with it, I just think that's a great way to play it. Not necessarily to take your spirit guardians away, but that like it overwhelms you, which is something that a medic of some kind has to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I won't put you on the spot. Can you describe me like 3 physical appearances of some ghosts? I don't have to need like heights and shit. Just like, is one a tiefling? Is one an orc? What are they? Just give me 3 of them, and we'll just say the 3 like float around you.
So one is a halfling that looks a lot like Yule.
Okay.
Older, male.
Okay.
One is a tiefling, obviously a warlock.
Okay.
The other is a little old lady, human.
Okay. Questionable about how the little old lady died, but all right.
Yeah, she's wearing like a shawl, like the whole work.
Okay. I dig it. All right, cool. So the rest of you see those entities kind of emerge from him, and then begin to spin around you, and all of the dead shit around you begins to die really fast because this is like a dead vacuum. It's like a dead blender, I guess the best way to put it. What is your damage on your spirit guardians?
Like the damage roll or damage type? Going with radiant damage type.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Your roll. That's what I'm talking about. Your roll.
Yeah, roll the damage.
Roll is gonna be 14.
Okay, and they roll con saves when they step in, or they just automatically take the damage. I don't remember how spirit guardians work.
I think they
when
roll a
they
con
enter
save
the
to take
range.
half damage.
Okay.
Is it
Let me
con
double
save?
check. I'm looking now.
Yeah. Could be a con save. I don't know. I don't remember.
Nope. Let's see. Wisdom.
Wisdom save?
saving throw. Yeah,
Okay.
wisdom save, and they take half damage.
Yeah, the
if
whole
they do.
horde's wisdom is -2, and I rolled a 15.
Yeah.
So is a 13 good enough?
They
Negative.
fail.
Okay, they're all
Yeah,
going to
they
take full
fail.
damage. So you have
Burn.
created a zombie blender.
Yeah.
He just murdered half the horde.
Burn.
No, he's
Well, whatever's
he's fucked
around
up a
us.
decent chunk of the horde.
Yeah.
So the faster we move, the more die.
Absolutely, yeah. The more you carve, yeah. So if that's the case, you guys begin to move towards the door very quickly. There are hands that reach for you. There are teeth that kind of gnash and bite at you.
Fucking bear.
I rolled a 2 to hit, so none of them are actually going to get a hold of you. They'll slip off in the viscera and the other shit that is covering you. And the bear fur, you know what I mean? Bear fur, pretty slick.
Yeah.
So they probably just slide right off your fur.
Covered in blood. Currently. Yeah. Absolutely.
Since we talked about Ruse liking a fight, he probably does draw his big old greatsword, and he's also kind of swinging it around, attempting to keep people as far back from your immediate vicinity as you can.
And like I said, I'm shooting daggers off this motherfucker's back.
That's fine. Yeah, so you guys are all doing an absurd amount of rapid damage to creatures that have like between 11 and 15 HP.
Yep.
So you are, I think the most a zombie can have is 22. If I was to roll perfect numbers, but I rolled I didn't roll great, so I have 11 to 15, depending on the size of them. For the most part, you guys are just obliterating them. You're carving a fucking 30-foot circle on the way to them.
Fuck you guys.
Ruse is lagging a little behind in an effort to keep that hole as wide as possible. And you guys dash and make it to that front door. The big ornate wooden doors. There's some gilding, like gilded metal, kind of riveted into it. It paints this really pretty picture of Joaquin and her journey through time and some other shit that she's dealt with. You know, it's got a lot of very. If you go to like Catholic Church, how they have like different depictions of like the, you know, either the birth of Christ and the life of Christ, or like the sacrificial lamb being led to slaughter. They have all kinds of different pictures, you know, like and they usually do them in like small squares, and they're bas relief, meaning they like stand out from the door. They're really cool. But this is very much in honor of Joaquin, the goddess of coin, and she is the like dedication. Now I want to say namesake because it's called Athkatla, obviously. But she's effectively the namesake of the city. She is the reason why this is the city of coin. And you guys all do make it to that door. Asher and Sherry are pushing the door open as wide as they can. It is only a hole about this big.
Okay.
Too big for a bear, and
Damn.
more than likely too big for the Goliath.
Okay.
The spirit guardians are around you, so if there's something you would like to do, you do have time. You know, think of these like fucking Donkey Kong barrels or whatever. They just spin around you and beat the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Same principle. You remember Dead Ops Arcade?
Nah.
When you get
That's
the
kinda what I'm seeing
fucking
right now.
yeah, the little fucking balls that would spin around and smack the zombies. Same principle. Same principle as what's happening.
Can I maybe try and shoulder it open a bit more?
Okay, make me an athletics check.
Advantage with that.
I I'm gonna say I would give you advantage, but you're being helped
fair.
by you're being helped by a 16-year-old. So I
Yeah, I get advantage because I'm a bear anyways.
sure.
Which I needed. Thank the absolute Lord, because the other roll was terrible. 24.
24. Okay, nice. With the 24, you do manage to shift the door open even more. It is wedged up on a bunch of dead bodies. Just so you're like on the outside, what was blocking the door from being pushed open? Shitload of dead bodies.
Dead bodies.
Okay. But like fully dead, not undead.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it big enough for Ruse to get in now?
Yeah, it's big enough for all of you to get in now. Even in your bear form, you've managed to wedge it open to probably about 2 feet. You could all squeeze through it widthwise. So everybody does make it in. And I'll let you do the same thing to snatch the door shut.
Yeah.
You do manage to seal the door behind you. As soon as it closes, you immediately, like as soon as Yule gets far enough back, I don't think Spirit Guardians goes through walls.
No,
I'm pretty sure it stops at a limit. Yeah. So once that door closes, there's immediate pressure put on the door. Like you see the door go from flat to being pushed in slightly.
Yeah.
But good news is it's a pull door.
Yeah. But
they can't push their way in. Good news.
Yeah. And we're gonna lock it.
Sure.
I would say, as bear, I'm gonna try and break like a bookshelf or something and put it in between the handles, so they'd give it a little bit of extra support to tell them to go fuck themselves.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the locking latch on the door.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah,
first time in D&D history, by the way, that a rogue uses a lock. Period. Since Ed Greenwood and Gary Gygax, this is the first time in documented history where a rogue uses the lock on a door. I'm just saying.
Instead of opening one.
So yeah. Anyways, that's fine. That works for me. So the door is dead bolted. You know, there is also the big ass wooden, like you could drop a fucking 8x8 in it. I figure between the Goliath and the bear, you can manage to manhandle and bear handle a you got to be considerate, you know what I mean? You're not a man right now, you're a bear.
Yeah, I mean, I did it all barehanded.
You're right.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but you know,
but here's my wrong.
Lightning strikes and he dies. I don't know what you want from me.
And this one we got disadvantage for terrible puns. But he doesn't need that right now.
What would disadvantage do to you guys right now?
Just party wiped, honestly.
Yeah, it's completely bearable. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, come on now.
This is impossible. Get it? Impossible.
Impossible. Okay, I heard it that time.
All right. You managed to wedge the large 8x8 in. For some reason, the bear broke a bookshelf. And carried a bunch of wood over in his paws, like, to be clear, like this. Because he doesn't have thumbs.
I don't have thumbs.
But he stood up like a bear, and he did that, like, waddle. And then, like, just set the wood against the door. There's some shitty fucking press board laying against the door. I don't know what you want from me. This is... What were you expecting? The best bookshelf in... Were you expecting a movable rod of a bookshelf here? What did you want? What was this?
Safety through look.
Safety through knowledge.
You would have had a better chance stacking books against the door.
Look, I just wanted to put it in between the handles so that it couldn't be moved. Okay. Barricaded. Sure.
Yeah. Ben's gonna have a stroke. Look at his eye twitching. Everybody's made it inside. Ty is bleeding from the nose and in really rough shape.
So only hurt for a second. We're gonna knock him the fuck out real quick.
Hey, wait a minute.
Why is your leg twisted that way? Sets it back into place.
Mm-hmm. only gonna hurt for a second.
I'm expecting a Looney Tunes like ow woo noise where he gets where fucking Goofy falls down something or some shit. But you guys are all inside the bank. The bank is not lit in any way.
I'll find some of the torch holders.
Except for the torch that one of you was holding.
But yeah, except for the torch.
I just want you have a 30 feet in one direction and a wall behind you.
I'll kind of go around to along the wall where probably some torch holders are and light a few.
Okay, yeah, you run around the room and light it up. It's a bank. It's a very fancy bank. There's lots of like pretty marble. There's lots of wooden desks. Lots of high countertops that make you like have to look up to the banker. Lots of files and is the thing that you stamp with called a stamp, or is just what the image leaves called a stamp?
I think so.
I think
both.
I think both, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's both.
Yeah.
So there's lots of like stamps and shit just like strewn over the floor, and lots of papers, and it looks to you at one time that this place was very, very organized. It currently is not.
Go find the old vault.
Sure. You want to go look for the vault?
Today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna do what a rogue does, I
Cool.
guess.
Yeah.
You guys watch him walk around the room and light stuff, and then he just walks off into a hallway. Doesn't say anything.
And okay, that's one does, I suppose.
Well, listen, money might not be good in this town anymore, but it will be in the next.
Fair enough.
That's you can't argue with his logic.
He's not wrong.
Because motherfuckers ain't coming back for their bank deposits anytime.
Now, here's the other thing. None of you undeniably and like categorically know that this is not a worldwide occurrence. None of you know that this is
Correct.
isolated
Yeah.
solely to Athkatla. You have
Yeah.
been in Athkatla since the day that it started, and you have been in a prison cell for 7 weeks.
Yep.
So I just want to like making worldwide decisions based on knowledge, or making decisions based on worldwide knowledge that you don't have is metagaming. I don't like that.
We have no knowledge of nothing. It's fine. Yeah, no, I mean,
Well,
I think we're just gonna sit down and take
It's
a
not a
rest.
bad bet to have money, no matter how you
No,
slice it.
absolutely
No, I
not.
used to rogue,
Especially
we
if
can
it's
do rogue
gold.
things. I'm not
So-
discouraging him. I'm
No.
just not helping him.
He was
No,
gonna
I
steal
thought
something
it was
anyway.
being-
I can't help.
Yeah, I was 100% gonna open that vault regardless of what was going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
You put a rogue in a bank. What do you expect?
Yeah, no, I can't help. But like,
Yeah, what
I
were you
know
gonna
he
make a
was- I knew what he was
deposit?
doing when he walked off into the darkness.
And it's
Yeah.
not for like because I know that this is the only town. It's because that's as the character. I hope that there's another town somewhere that's not, trying to fucking kill us.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you got some idealisms about you. You got some hope. I like that.
Also, even as a cleric, I mean, it's money.
Yeah, you
It's
need money for
money.
some of your spells, to be fair.
Yeah. You had to use 100 gold worth of diamond to resuscitate Sherry. Luckily, somebody had one attached to their the handle that their father had left them, like the hilt of the sword that their father had left them. Which, by the way, some of you have noticed doesn't have a blade. It's just the hilt.
Oh, interesting.
It's hilt, and then the pommel was where that gem was wedged that they broke loose, and Yule used to revivify Sherry with. Part of me has just this is out of game here. Part of me has always wanted to make the diamond not like disappear in the spell, but like it like captures so many inclusions and just becomes worthless.
It comes with
It
having zero worth.
basically looks like a fucking smoky quartz when you're done with it.
Hole.
You know what I mean? Like, well, yeah, you could turn it back into coal. Fuck, I don't know. Part of me always wanted to just make it like you've used up the worth of the stone, but you still have the stone.
Yeah, it's now
but had
worth next to nothing.
Yeah, now it's a fucking 2 silver diamond. You know, like it's worth dick.
That's fair.
I just thought that was a better way to tell it. You know what I mean? Because if somebody has a sentimental attachment to a stone, like he gave up the stone from his father's sword hilt for his sister, right? A good reason to give it up, right? If anything, to save her. But there's also a lot of sentimental attachment to this item because it's all he has of his father's.
Listen, I just want to talk about how
But-
what kind of father just leaves you a handle.
Fuck Nick, and he doesn't get it back.
Exactly. Specifically.
Yeah, specifically because Nick. Yeah, it was Nick's. It's because he died. Just so that was if you're curious, his parents are dead. Their parents are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. He's
'Cause
your
he was a terrible parent. Like,
well, because he was a
didn't get
terrible
good.
son. Why else do parents die?
That too.
Yeah,
That too.
somebody's son out there watching this need too. Nice hand. Before that, before I got distracted, what was I saying? Oh, so what are the rest of you doing in the main hall, in the lobby, foyer? I don't know what you want to call this place. Resting. Okay. Is anybody like lighting a fire inside a building, or what are we doing? Magical sprinklers are going to kick on. You guys know better.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about lighting a fire.
There's plenty of wood and shit. You just broke a whole bunch of it.
That's fair. I did. You're right.
Somebody's
I am.
gonna need to crack a window or something. You'll die of smoke inhalation. Do you even know what smoke inhalation is?
Yeah, probably not. No,
so
do it on like the 3rd floor.
That's fine. To be clear, first room that you walk into, massive room, kind of like cathedral-esque, where there's like just a big ass room.
Yeah.
And then the back where you just watched Ty walk into, likely where the offices are. There's no offshoot rooms, no alleyways, no fucking side walls in this room. It's purely, this is the bank. In the back where he is, when you make that first turn, you have to go over and then you go down 2 floors. And once you're down 2 floors, it's not 2 floors. I'm sorry, it's 2 flights worth of stairs. Like you're going down 2 floors. He's now at the bank vault. Is what I'm saying. But there's no first floor landing, then second floor. It's just 2 flights of stairs going down to a deep spot where the vault is. So, you approach the vault. Or do you approach the vault? That's the important thing to ask.
I going to check for traps in the hallway on my way to the vault.
All right, brother, make me an investigation check.
Natural 1.
Okay. You are 100% sure there is no traps in this hallway.
You are so sure of yourself.
If I'm that sure, man, I'm approaching the vault.
Like you
also still
for
have
some reason,
3
like
health.
when you checked for traps, it went so smoothly. It's like, is this even the fucking nicest bank in town? Like they don't even have security. What the fuck?
And then I'm gonna approach the vault and check the vault door.
Okay.
For traps, but
Go ahead and roll me another investigation check.
This is where Ty dies.
18.
Okay. The door is sure as fuck trapped.
I'm going to attempt to disarm said trap.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
I would like to point out once
27.
again.
You're pretty convinced that the door is now at least partially untrapped.
Why partially?
Because you suck.
Because you rolled
I rolled fucking
because you rolled a 1.
earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to open it. Fuck it. I'm sure it's I think it's safe.
Roll me a sleight of hand check to pop that lock. Big ass tumbler lock. Let's see if you can do it.
23.
You spin that dial and spin that dial and spin that dial, and you find the first 2 numbers and cannot find any more.
Cool. I'm gonna go try to find the manager's office. Hope
Okay.
that motherfucker wrote it down.
Oh, hope somebody wrote it down.
Maybe he's a new guy.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna try.
the rogue's best friend, incompetence.
Okay. You come back out to what I'm assuming is the rest of you do. What are you doing in the main foyer?
I guess honestly, Bernard probably went upstairs to like one of the upstairs windows.
Okay.
And like the 3rd floor probably, and opened a window and then made a little fire in the
Yeah, fuck that carpet,
upstairs.
right? No.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
It's not like
Not my
anybody.
thing.
It's not like anybody needed to come into work tomorrow because it's a Sunday night or anything. Fuck.
Yeah.
So you go up to the window where you can see in and out,
Yep.
and you light a fire, creating a glow facing outwards. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Just want to let you know.
Okay.
The Yule, what are you and Ruse doing?
I mean, I don't know. I would say probably just prepping up a spot to hang out, chill out a minute, and be ready to kind of tend to wounds and stuff.
Okay. Are you doing this like near that front door in the big bank foyer, like the area where they actually do the fucking signing of cashing of checks and shit or whatever, or are you doing that in like an
No,
office
more
near
like
the fire?
in the big main room of the bank.
Okay. Yep. Main room of the bank. Gotcha. And then what do you guys think? Asher and Sherry are doing. Probably, they're still soaking wet.
They're
So
probably huddled. by
probably came
something
up by
one
the
of
fire.
porches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say they're probably up in one of the 3rd floor offices with Bernard trying to warm themselves by that fire, trying to get their clothes dry. Okay, so that's done. That's taken care of. What did you said you came back upstairs to where other people are? Is that what you said? What are you doing, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of looking around the rest of the building, see if I find like a manager's room. If I don't find it written down, I'm gonna fucking.
Okay. The manager's office is where Homeboy has the fire lit.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going in there, kind of look around, see if I see anything on the desk or in the desk.
Okay, you guys are all huddled by the fire, and he's just ripping apart desk drawers.
I'm subtle.
Okay, so you walk upstairs and you're like,
I'm just like opening them, looking. I'm not like fucking ripping them out.
okay.
Not like making a big commotion.
Pulls open a drawer and you just like subtly, you're like your face pointed forward, your eyes are looking down. That kind of thing. I got you. Subtle. You subtly search somebody's desk while other people in the room. That's what the.
Well, I'm not like trying to hide that I'm searching it. I'm just not slinging shit around.
Okay, understood.
I'm just like
Fuck this
calmly
place.
sitting there, opening it, look through everything, nothing, open it, look through
Okay.
everything. See what I
Make
find.
me an investigation check.
16.
With a 16, you feel pretty confident in your search of this desk, and you have not found any sort of combination. No set of multi-digit numbers. No birthdays. No information that would lead you to believe that there is a code anywhere in this desk.
Then I'm just gonna go up to the window and look out
Just brood because you couldn't get the safe open.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Does the window open?
It is open.
I'm just gonna, take it out on the horde and just start slinging daggers down into the horde.
Stop
randomly.
fucking grabbing attention,
Just
you
the
fucking.
middle of the fucking horde randomly.
Sure. So I just want to clarify, anyone who's outside and not undead, sees the shadow, like the silhouette of somebody standing in a window, the firelight flickering behind him.
Mhm.
And he's just going, and something
Fucking
seems to be
fishing.
just like, yeah, he could be fishing. You don't know. It's a silhouette. You can't really see the details. I just, for third party point of view stake, I just wanted to point that out. That
Okay.
from the outside, it looks kind of goofy.
You tell you in the morning there's gonna be some bodies down there.
Probably. So, do you all take a long rest? Are we sleeping until
Yes.
morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are resting.
All right. You guys take your rest. Does anybody want to do anything else before we rest? You want to try for the safe again? Yule, do you want to do anything? Would Ruse want to do anything? Would Asher want to do anything? What do you guys
Let's go
think?
sit here and brood.
Yeah, I mean, not particularly. We're gonna rest for the night.
Okay. Everybody fucking packs it in for the night, eats a little bit, drinks liquids, whatever you gotta do. And everybody can take their long rest so you can heal back all your hit points, all your hit dies, everything you get back. Elegant is not the word that I would use to describe that.
No. Not at all.
You ran into some issues and you solved them. You solved said problems.
Brute force.
Brood Force, yeah, BROOD. This motherfucker's brute
That-
force captain. Still standing in the window. You guys all wake up in the morning and he's still chucking daggers outside. There's like a couple hundred
It's not
fucking
just
dead.
a phase, Mom.
Exactly. But that's
There's a couple hundred dead bodies.
a couple hundred dead bodies just piled up. Now there's a dam of dead bodies.
The hit the floor.
They're struggling to crawl over each other. Just made a perfect line across the street.
Yeah, there's just a dam of dead bodies right here now. But that it's kind of good because now you have a pathway. If you wanted to leave, you could find a way down.
Yeah.
You could
Right,
zip
I was
out.
thinking of the team.
Of the team, sure.
No,
But that's where
okay.
we'll call it for tonight anyway. That way you guys
Brute
can
force captain.
How much do I heal on a long rest, by the way?
everything.
You're full amount. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything.
So I can
Short
go-
rest.
Short rest is
Yeah.
using your hit dice. Long rest is everything. And that little point of exhaustion you had is gone.
Okay.
That was just to give like an effect of being injured in some way. Because of your 0. I did the same thing to him when he rolled 0. I had to find a way. I had to find a way to make
I
it
just want to point
count.
out, in all of our D&D, I don't think we've ever had zeros.
Yeah.
A couple of times you guys,
We've had
you rolled it,
negatives.
but not in a significant moment like that.
No. Usually it's for something stupid.
Yeah, it'll be like
Yeah.
perceive something in the room. I rolled a 0. Not a life or death situation. That's the first
Yeah, no, our rolls were not with us.
Tonight was
They were
rough.
with you.
There were some
Yeah.
really good ones. You've got a fucking 27 sleight of hand and a 23 sleight. There's some really good rolls. But right above that, there's a 3.
Really bad ones. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
also some
Yeah.
really bad ones.
Yeah.
Right above that was a nat 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nat 1 that ended up being a 3. Still balls. Other than, but you had some good ass rolls. You had some. I feel like you had more bad rolls. Like, and if it may not have been more, but they were at more pivotal points. So it meant more that they were bad
Whereas,
rolls.
like last week, all the pivotal rolls were fucking nat 20s.
They
or
were good.
19s,
Yeah, you guys
plus 7 or
rolled very
9.
good in the moments where you needed to. Tonight, just the dice weren't with you, unfortunately. But you all survived. We'll call that a win.
Indeed.
Barely.
You're all covered
Barely
in
did.
fucking dried, baked human insides.
Yeah.
I was gonna say shit, but it's not baked human shit. It's baked human insides. Half of you have been resting next to a fire, where it's just literally cooked into your fucking body hair now.
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna be a hell of a
nasty.
fucking shower.
That's a somebody needs prestidigitation to get that shit off. That's what that is. You
Well,
need
yeah.
magical assistance to get this shit off at this point. Does anybody have any questions for me?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Lee, you got anything for me?
No, I'm good.
All right. If that's the case, I guess we'll end it for tonight. Let me see if I can find us somebody that is streaming some D&D.
Well, y'all have a good one. I am gonna go catch my 3 hours of sleep.
Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
go get some sleep, homie.
Yeah. Quick question: if I happen to be looking at Star Citizen,
Yeah.
I mean, is there any reason not to do the Citizen Con pack right now?
No, so you get you save a lot of money by doing that. You get, I think that ship runs about $70, I want to say, normally.
Yeah, I think it's normally 75, and it's down to like 56.
Okay, so the 15 of that is the cost of the game itself, and then the rest of that, like normal 75, so it would be 60, is what that ship is valued at. So it's a $60 ship and a $15 game access code.
Yeah. And I mean, I was just looking at the stuff it comes with too. It looks like pretty much every other pack comes with like 6-month insurance, 1,000 credits.
Yeah, you get a little more.
Oh, comes with like 15K.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
think
you
the
get
intrepid
a
pack
set
is
of
all
armor,
there,
you get a
yeah.
gun. Yeah, so I
Set
would
of
wait.
Armor,
I
2
would
years of insurance.
I would wait until next week because a big event is happening called IAE. It's the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is like think of it as like a military unveiling week where they're like, "Hey, this is the new tank. Hey, this is the new fucking plane." That's kind of how it happens. And that happens twice a year. You have IAE and then you have Fleet Week, which is like the Navy brings in all their cool shit, or where every ship in the game goes on sale for a week. And then next week, one of the brands, Crusader, that's in the game, is unveiling a new ship called the Intrepid. It's probably going to be about the same price, and you'll still get some kind of suit of armor and probably a gun with it, maybe a camo if they're feeling nice, or like a paint for the vehicle. And you'll still get like the between 2, 5, or 10 years of insurance, depending on how they want to do it. But I would wait until like 1 week from yesterday is when Crusader Day starts. Is next Friday.
Interesting. Okay.
And then when
you can always change it, like you're not stuck to it.
Yeah, you can always change that ship out too, which will, whenever you decide if you want to play it, there's 2 different ways of doing it, and you have to be careful because one way you end up destroying your game access code, the other way you turn your ship into a different ship and keep your game access code. You always need that $15 part to be able to get into.
You always need a bundle. Yeah.
Or whatever. I would personally do that. I would wait for the Crusader Intrepid because I've flown it. I like it. It's got good guns. It's got good cargo.
It's one of the best starter ships to get into the game.
In my opinion, right now, it's one of the best starter ships. Which I put pictures of it in the Star Citizen chat, I think in the screenshots chat.
I'll check them out.
And then,
but I mean, also I can also get whatever patch are there now, and then just buy other ships next week if I wanted them.
Yes, absolutely. You can absolutely do that. If you haven't made your account yet, or if you haven't bought anything, I was gonna say if you use that the code that I have in that, I think it's in there somewhere.
Use my referral code. There's an actual thing for it.
Yeah, in the one of the referral codes things somewhere on Discord. I can just send you the code. It gives you free money, and it gives me a recruit, which gives me free shit too. I get a new ship basically. It's a little tiny fighter ship, but I've been trying to get one person to join for like weeks to get this thing.
Okay. Yeah, if I join, I'll use it.
All right, cool. Yeah. It's whenever you make your account, they'll be like, you want to enter a star code, and that's what it is.
Okay. Got it. And it's listed in the referral code.
Yeah, if you go under Star Citizen, it's use my referral code is the first thing.
Okay. Awesome. Well, y'all have a good one, man.
All right, bud. We'll see you later.
See you, homie.
Raid. Down to die RP. And they don't have raids anymore. What the fuck? Let's raid these guys all the time. Yeah. Alright, let me back it out. Open a new tab. Go low to high. Okay, we'll just raid them. I don't have no idea who these people are. Raid arcane. Oh, that's not how you spell that. Focus D. Oh. All right. For anybody who's here, we appreciate you. And we will see you next week. Past sessions are on YouTube. If you're curious to see us do other shit and be just as mildly annoying. Anyway, bye.